Hello everyone, John with Fun to Be Free coming to you live from the Magic Kingdom. Let's go! Welcome to the fabulous Walt Disney World Resort here in Central Florida. Hey explorers, like I just said, John with Fun to Be Free coming to you live from the Magic Kingdom. You're gonna wanna stay tuned for today's video topic. We're slowly gonna turn on my access, if you will. I'll flip the camera here in just a moment so you can see the Walt Disney World Railroad's Main Street station, and there it is now. Directly below it is the Floral Mickey. It's a little overcast here in Central Florida today. There might be a possibility of showers as we approach the early evening hours, but keep your fingers crossed as well for clear skies and smooth sailing, and as we prepare to make sail, matey. Of course, there is the Disney Photo Pass photographer directly in front of us as well. We're gonna choose one of two entrance portals. In this particular case, let's choose the east side today, and we will jump into the live chat right now. Sonic, welcome in, welcome back. Sonic says, here we go. Awesome, Sonic, thank you for being here. Sonic also says, this Sonic Meister has been discombobulated since he thought today was Monday. Not quite sure why. Arr, me mateys. It's Pirates of the Caribbean Day today. Also Road Assistance Day being a thing because of 5/11. Sonic also says, I feel fine right now, and meeting Zeep 180 was super, and I'm sure he is not done with us yet. Subscribe, like, comment, and stay tuned to find out what kind of shenanigans await you. Sonic also says, also I've checked the radar at 12:56 p.m. and I see all the weather to the west of you moving in a north-northeast direction, so you should be fine. Awesome. The weather hedgehog in me is just concerned about later on. All right, thank you, Sonic. Thank you for being here. I love it when you're here, dude. Thank you again. Nailed it, nailed it, nailed it, Sonic. Awesome. Lamons Gray, welcome back. Lamons Gray says, hi, John. Fun to be free. Well, hello there, Lamons Gray. Nice of you to join us. Oh, and Captain Mickey Mouse. Captain Mickey Mouse is here. Captain Mickey Mouse, welcome in, welcome back. Says, no Edwin today, John. Oh, you have already been on other streams. You've already know Edwin's schedule, but it's nice that you're here, Captain Mickey Mouse. Welcome. Sonic says, Mother's Day today. It's a time to celebrate all mothers, a day to give thanks for bringing you into the world. If every mother in the whole world descended to Walt Disney World, all the 4 parks would be like sardines. Sonic says, LOL. Yeah, Sonic is correct. It is Mother's Day today. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers viewing us live, and of course, when you be kind and rewind as well. And Cruising Theme Park Guide, welcome in, welcome back. Nice to have Sierra joining us. Sierra says, hey friends. Well, hello there, Cruising Theme Park Guide. Sonic also says, I feel like I don't have any funny content today, but I'm trying to think some up in my head as I'm going along. I am your 8th like today, by the way. Well, thank you for being here, Sonic. I like it when you're here, though. But today's video topic, again, today's video topic is Walt Disney World, Florida, Magic Kingdom Park, Pirates of the Caribbean Ride Bar details. So again, today's video topic is Walt Disney World, Florida, Magic Kingdom Park, Pirates of the Caribbean Ride Bar details. Stay tuned and find out. I'm actually going to enable the wireless feature on the BAT phone, the BAT phone, so I could send my phone screen over to your device at home. If you give me just a moment, I'll be right with you. We should really get to the breaking news today, if you will. We'll head inside because we got the Dapper Dans singing their little hearts away. The breaking news. So website credit goes to DisneyTouristBlog.com. Again, shout out. Website credit goes to DisneyTouristBlog.com. The World Today animation over to the right-hand side of the screen will come off, and it will reveal today's headline. So here we go. Uh-oh, what's going on with the breaking news? Hold on one second. There might be an issue here. Give me a second. Give me one moment here. Let me troubleshoot this. I'm not sure what's going on with the breaking news. Give me a second. Give me one more moment. We're almost there. There's a technical detail that's missing here. Give me 1 second. I'm attempting to troubleshoot on the fly here. Okay, I think we're all set, ready to go now. Okay. Da 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 da. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Okay, I think we're all set, ready to go. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but we're on track now. Here we go with today's headline. Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean bar named, announced. New details and concept art. So here we go again. Today's headline, Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean bar name announced. New details and concept art. We'll jump back with the live chat as soon as the breaking news concludes. We're going to head into Adventureland, so stay tuned for the Pirates of the Caribbean. But here we go. You can see there's some concept art. It has revealed the name of the Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge. It's the Beak and Barrel. What a good name that is. Walt Disney World has revealed new details and concept art for the Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern coming to Adventureland in Magic Kingdom later in 2025. This post shares what we know so far with the breakdown of the bar's rooms and rules, plus comprehensive commentary about when this new lounge is likely to open and why we're excited for it. This was the first announced. Hold on one moment, I need to make an update to my technical setup to Frankenstein Mark 6, my camera rig. Here we go, let's get back on track. This was first announced during Destination 23 2 years ago. Disney Parks Chairman Josh D'Amaro offered a glimpse of early concept art for the future in addition and teased what was to come in a few years. The Pirates Tavern has since been revealed in greater detail at D23 Expo and D23 Brazil. The Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern was actually announced a year before GO82, the lounge inside Spaceship Earth, but will be opening at least a few months later. The difference is that Spaceship Earth already had a sponsor lounge, and GO82 is only a light refresh of that existing space. This bar converts a space into something entirely different while annexing area from the exit gift shop, all while being more thematically ambitious. It certainly does, Tom Bricker. According to Disney, this first of its kind experience will extend the story of Pirates of the Caribbean. Construction on the new bar, officially named the Beak and Barrel, is now underway at Walt Disney World. Now for some more new updates on the Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern. The Beak and Barrel opens later this year in Adventureland at Magic Kingdom, established by the legendary pirate rum runner Captain Meridian Mary Goldwyn and her talkative first mate Rummy. More on them below. This lively pirate pub will soon welcome swashbucklers, scoundrels, bandits, and buccaneers of all ages from every corner of the Seven Seas. Or maybe the Seven Seas Lagoon, in fact. Swashbuckling song and dance. Eat, drink, and be entertained at the Beak and Barrel, a welcoming haven for all pirate kind from seasoned swashbucklers to budding buccaneers. Bring your best mates and join the crew for a jolly good time full of flavor and fun. Grab a quick bite and quench your thirst. The menu features tasty options for pirates of all ages, as well as a refreshing cocktails for guests 21 and up. Check back later for menu details. While you sip and snack, you'll be immersed in the Tortuga world through swashbuckling sing-alongs, storytelling, and enchanting surprises. Advanced dining reservations are strongly recommended because space is extremely limited. The Beak and Barrel is limited to 45 minutes per party. Check back later for details about making reservations. It was widely expected that the Pirates of the Caribbean bar would serve alcohol, but this officially confirms it. Honestly, I'm not sure which would be more controversial here. A Pirates bar with rum actually being always gone, or more alcohol in the Magic Kingdom, huh? As it turns out, Disney chose to do Jack Sparrow proud. Yeah, where did all the rum go, right, Tom Bricker? As you're likely aware, Walt Disney World long ago crossed the Rubicon with alcohol in Magic Kingdom. It only had been in table service restaurants and limited to a 2-drink maximum. Until now. This is a lounge, so not quite the same, but we'd expect the drink limit to persist in addition to the 45-minute stay limit. Rules on top of rules. And unlike the Pirate Code, these rules are more what you'd call rules than guidelines. I think so, Tom Bricker. All of this positions the Beak and Barrel as a Magic Kingdom and Pirates themed counterpart to Oga's Cantina at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That Star Wars bar has a similar time constraint due to space, and for many guests, it's a one and done due to the rushed nature of the experience. As we view Oga's Cantina as an exemplar atmosphere, we spend far more time at the less ambitious Baseline Tap House. Very, very fascinating, right? Wouldn't you say, Tom Bricker? Here's a piece of concept art now for Rummy, that's spelled R-U-M-M-Y, Rummy the Barker Bird. So there you go, I'll pause for just one more moment. Okay, so Rummy the Barker Bird, as Mary's trusted companion and first mate, Rummy serves as the tavern's quartermaster, keeping an eye on the place from his roost high atop the bar. Although retired from seafaring life, Rummy is a dutiful crewman to his beloved Mary, ensuring everything is shipshape, sharing tales of piracy and leading the bar in a rousing toast or two. Eagle-eyed Disney fans may notice that Rummy bears a striking resemblance to the original Barker Bird, also known as Peg Leg Pete, that previously sat at the entrance to Pirates of the Caribbean, but flew the coop some time ago. Imagineer Chris Beatty first shared this detail during the original announcement at Destination D23. The Barker Bird was an audio animatronics figure stationed outside the entrance to that attraction that, as its name suggests, was a barker who used lines and lyrics to attract guest attention. The Barker Bird was removed in 2006 during the ride reimagining that added Jack Sparrow and other elements from the hit film franchise. The audio I'll say that again. I was looking for Where the Water Is from the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. I didn't want to get spit on by a camel today. There, you just saw it. You saw the spitting going on. I was ensuring that Frank, my camera rig, Frankenstein Mark 6, wasn't in direct line of fire. But back to the article. The audio animatronics figure return has been rumored many times over the years, but it's finally happening, albeit as a newer and presumably modernized AA. In other words, AA stands for audio animatronic. The new Barker Bird will make his triumphant return to the Pirates of the Caribbean when the Beak and Barrel opens. Here's another piece of concept art here. They're calling it the Mess, M-E-S-S. The largest and central space at the Beak and Barrel was once the mess hall for Spanish soldiers and is now appropriately known as the Mess. Long tables span the room, allowing for pirates to gather round and tell their own tales, while an imposing anchor covered in candles and dripping wax hangs high above. A large bar anchors one side of the room, cobbled together from salvaged portions of a cursed shipwreck. At its center, the skull-shaped stern holds an impressive collection of grogs and brew. And speaking of anchors, there's a large one, serving as the atmospheric chandelier overhead. Guests may also spot the enchanted rum bottle, which was gifted to Mary by the enchantress Tia Dalma, and seemingly serves as the source of the tavern's specialty brews. Here you'll also spot Rummy hobbling along the bar's ledge, greeting the patrons and keeping a close eye on the crew while Mary is away. And here is yet another piece of concept art. I believe this is called the Captain's Quarters. So here we go, Captain's Quarters. Inside the Captain's Quarters, visiting pirates can enjoy a taste of the finer life, which was once the living quarters of the Spanish Comandante. However, the fine artwork and drapery hasn't escaped slashing blades or burn marks over the years by rambunctious pirates, and in some places faded spots on the wall are all that remains of now plundered portraits. Above the fireplace are mounted 5 miniature ships and glass bottles, rumored to represent pirates from every corner of the world banding together to defeat tyranny. Keep a weathered eye out, as these mysterious bottles have been known to come alive and engage in a fearsome battle. So we'll pause here for just a moment. Directly overhead now is the Pirates of the Caribbean, the marquee here in Adventureland, or Caribbean Plaza, if you will. Let's head towards the queue. Let's check out the standby wait time. Maybe we'll join the queue. You know, wouldn't that be appropriate? We'll come back to the article here in just a few moments. In the meantime, the wait time in minutes for the standby entrance at the Castillo del Moro shows 20 minutes. So 20 minutes. Hello there, nice to see you. Thank you for making the magic. We're live on YouTube right now. Thank you. Okay, back to the news though. Here's another piece of concept art, pictured above there, over to the right. In trying to make sense of these spaces, my best guess is that the mess is the former Pirates League, and the Captain's Quarters is the portion of the gift shop that's been annexed for the Beak and Barrel. I could be wrong about this, but the original concept art bears resemblances to the Pirates League, and it would make sense that the more lavishly designed space is the repurposed one. Good point, Tom Bricker. Pirates League closure was announced back in January 2020. We reported at the time that it was unclear what is motivating the Pirates League closure, or if Walt Disney World has different plans for this location. Fast forward 5 or over 5 years, and the Pirates League is about to perform one final transformation itself. The interior of Pirates League is already beautiful, and it's the same kind of intimate space as Trader Sam's Grog Grotto or Oga's Cantina. The old space was already something special. Adding the Barker Bird to that and making these other enhancements will take it to the next level, a lot more like Adventureland's answer to Oga's Cantina, right down to the audio animatronic centerpiece. Producing an ornately themed, detailed, and flat-out fun Pirates of the Caribbean lounge should be relatively low-hanging fruit for Imagineers. There's a big reason why I'm bullish about the Beak and Barrel. The space is already great and offers the theme design canvas for a lounge that truly feels like an extension of the attraction's history, because it's kind of already is. They need to add the bar area, create backstory, and source more props to reinforce the new lore. The foundation is all there. It's a home run idea and can turn into a grand slam with the right creative execution. Okay, when will the Beak and Barrel open? With this latest reveal, Walt Disney World announced the Beak and Barrel opens later this year in Adventureland at Magic Kingdom. Previously, Disney stated that the new Pirates of the Caribbean themed tavern is set to open in late 2025 in Adventureland at Magic Kingdom. That may sound like the same thing, just stated differently. It is not. Today is May 6, 2025. If this bar opened May 7th, it would technically fulfill the later this year opening timeline, as tomorrow is later than today. That's true. Look it up, as Tom Bricker says. Of course, we all know that's not what Disney means. If it were going to open tomorrow or later this month, Disney would announce a date. Good point, Tom Bricker. Taking that a step further, if it were going to open in the next few months, Walt Disney World will already know as much and announce a summer 2025 opening for Beak and Barrel. That's exactly what we got recently with Starlight Night Parade, which is now a later this summer designation. Trying to read the tea leaves, the switch from late 2025 to later this year is only meaningful to the extent that it opens the door for an opening in October or earlier. If they knew it was going to be sooner, we'd have a season. If they knew it was going to be later, they'd likely stick with the late 2025. You don't say, Tom Bricker. It's not necessarily conclusive of anything, though. The verbiage was definitely chosen for a reason. Disney deliberates endlessly over everything, and few decisions are made thoughtlessly, even if it may feel that way. in the end, later this year offers more flexibility for an opening that's ahead of schedule, or at least before what was previously announced. My guess is that Walt Disney World is not yet confident in when Beacon Barrel will be able to open, and that's why we do not yet have a season, much less an official date. And will basically open when it's able to open. There's no reason to believe Disney is dragging its feet on this project. The Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern is a license to print money. This will be the first bar in the Magic Kingdom and will be hugely popular with fans. It will be hugely profitable for the company, so there's no reason to not have it open ASAP. With that said, we can still speculate a bit more about when the most opportune timing for an opening, as Walt Disney World might be inclined to throw more resources at this project if that means having the money printer online earlier. From that perspective, the obvious candidate is October 1st, 2025. If it ends up being that date, Walt Disney World will claim it's in honor of the Magic Kingdom's anniversary. Technically true, but the real reason is that it's the start of a new fiscal year. Nailed it. And a new bar will help juice revenue numbers for the coming year, making management look better in the process. Boy, oh boy, I think Tom Bricker's onto something there. New fiscal year, eh? If I had to bet right now without knowing anything else, I'd go with October 1st, 2025 for the opening date of the Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern in Magic Kingdom. It's the most logical date that checks most boxes. If the Beacon Barrel can't make that opening date, we're really just looking at any date from October through December. Pick a dart and throw it at the calendar. It would be optimal to get it open before any big holidays: Columbus Day, Fall Break, Jersey Week, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Week. Timing-wise, Walt Disney World might want to coordinate the opening with Test Track 3.0 if that gets delayed. Another excellent observation, Tom Bricker. Zootopia better together or kickoff of Christmas to roll into some marketing package. That seems like overthinking it. Again, Beacon Barrel is not like a new attraction. This thing is going to be book solid whenever it does debut and generate lots of revenue. It'll open as soon as it possibly can. As I've mentioned before, I'm really looking forward to Beacon Barrel from theme design and atmospheric perspectives. The lounge itself has high floor potential and should be a popular addition to Magic Kingdom and an excellent love letter to the attraction. It should be like the Magic Kingdom version of Oga's Cantina, and I'm betting that's how management was sold on the project. I also have Oga's Cantina caliber expectation for the dishes and drinks, which is to say much lower ones. Beyond that, I'm also excited for what the Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge represents. This is another recent example of treating... Oh, we got a weak reception. Excuse me. I'm also excited for the Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge represents. This is another recent example of treating the theme parks as their own intellectual property and expanding that universe. So I'm happy to see the company finally recognize the parks as their own thing of value rather than just a promotional vehicle for Disney Plus or the studios. This bodes well for Figment's eventual prospects. There are a ton of tremendously talented Imagineers who have great appreciation for the iconic attractions, passing the baton to this younger generation and letting them work on projects for which they hold great reverence is very much a good thing. Giving the next generation of Imagineers a chance to hone their skills on Beacon Barrel before moving on to bigger projects is a good move. This is much lower hanging fruit than, say, Cars Land next door. There's a lot that can be mined from the archives, with the Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge drawing upon volumes of Mark Davis's art and a treasure trove of unused or retired ideas for Adventureland and other lands like it. A lot like Trader Sam's or even nearby Skipper Canteen, there's the Barker Bird who will basically be this lounge's version of DJ R3X at Oga's Cantina. There are a lot of opportunities for pulling from the past while also bringing to life new ideas for more lore of Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm excited. Ultimately, the Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge has a lot of standalone potential. You got to also bring new life to neglected areas of Caribbean Plaza. This whole area used to be a purpose-built Pirates of the Caribbean mini-land. One moment, I'm just navigating around the stanchion. But has been diluted and lost to time over the years, with a variety of spaces converted to storage, abandoned fountains, and more. I don't want to let myself get too carried away, but I could see this leading to a bona fide Buccaneer Renaissance. It is really too much to ask for live pirate performers and steel drum band, retail revival, as well as full transformation of Chica Tavern, and the addition of this Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge. Okay, perhaps a step in the right direction, especially given everything on the horizon for the side of Magic Kingdom. I'm trying to catch up with the queue with the guests in front of us. Hold on. This sleepy corner of Adventureland could soon become much busier. Investing in Caribbean Plaza to improve its capacity and utilization would be a savvy, forward-thinking, but still relatively low-cost move for the company. It's also something guests and die-hard Walt Disney fans would love. So, also, there's that. Okay, so if you've just joined us for today's breaking news, the headline for today is Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean bar name announced, new details, and concept art. So again, Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean bar name announced, new details, and concept art. I'm going to take the graphic off the screen. We'll be magically transported back, of course, to the Pirates of the Caribbean queue. So stay tuned for the world-class attraction known as the Pirates of the Caribbean. At this point, I would like to invite everybody into the live chat. So jump into the live chat. Let's have an ongoing conversation. What do you think about the new Beak and Barrel Lounge coming to Adventureland, or, you know, the Pirates of the Caribbean Plaza, if you will? Are you okay with the alcohol being served? Do you think it is literally Oga's Cantina cut and paste? What are your thoughts? Jump into the live chat. Will it be good for the Magic Kingdom? Will it be difficult to secure reservations? Will it be always booked out? What are the price points going to be? Is it going to be expensive? Are you excited for this new Pirates Bar Lounge? Are all the details what you were hoping for? But again, jump into the live chat. We'll have an ongoing conversation. Okay, I'm going to disable the and again, if you've joined us, Pirates of the Caribbean ride, bar details. Again, Walt Disney World, Florida, Magic Kingdom Park, Pirates of the Caribbean ride, bar details. If you just joined us and you missed the breaking news, be kind and rewind. Before we embark, or before we make sail here at the Pirates of the Caribbean, let's check the chat again. Hello there. Hello there, but just one, please. Thank you. It looks like we're experiencing some weak reception here in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Mama Duck, welcome in, welcome back. Mama Duck says, no kidding, it's going to be a great day because there's two Randys in the chat. Hi everyone, happy Mother's Day. Oh, Mama Duck. Thank you for I think we're experiencing some weak reception here in the Pirates of the Caribbean queue. But again, Mama Duck saying, no kidding, it's going to be a great day because there's 2 Randys in the chat. Hi everyone, happy Mother's Day. Oh, Mama Duck, thank you for being here. Chris, welcome in, welcome back. Chris says, hooray! The Magic Kingdom at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. Here we go. Welcome in, welcome back, Chris. Always nice to have Christopher Chavez in the chat. Sonic says, blue milk, I need to make content with this. Yesterday, Zeep and John were fun to be free with this challenge. Blue and green milk. And I think blue milk will replace the Beverly. Possibly, Sonic. I prefer blue milk to replace the Beverly because I'll drink the blue milk. That's no problem. I enjoyed the blue milk, Sonic. Sonic says, according to John. That's right. Jaylon, welcome in, welcome back. Jaylon says, hi, everyone. Mom Duck says, Owen and Joasia, come back. Yeah. So it appears we're still experiencing some weak reception here in the Pirates of the Caribbean queue. Sonic says at 1:04 p.m. I just got word that Joasia and Owen both managed to arrive back home safely in the United Kingdom. Well, thank you for the update, Sonic. Sonic says, hi, guys. Hello there, just one, please. Thank you, thank you for making the match. Here we got row number 2. Row number 2. Okay, we'll come back to the live chat as soon as we disembark from Pirates of the Caribbean here. You're okay, you're okay. So we have row number 2. We got the boats advancing. So we're back here in, of course, Adventureland in the Pirates of the Caribbean Plaza. I do believe we were having technical issues with the audio. I refreshed it, so hopefully we're back online. But let me get back with the chat. The last chat I could see is from 2:26 p.m. from Jaylon. It says, ha ha ha, at Potato Land. That's the last one, I apologize. The chats literally fell off a cliff. They disappeared. Sonic says, Magic Kingdom is not Epcot, so the coaxium is lost for the day. But if you want John to retrieve a whole bunch of coaxium, subscribe, like, and comment. Coaxium, just don't drink the liquid inside. Sonic, not bad. So again, Sonic's saying, subscribe, like, and comment. Coaxium, just don't drink the liquid inside. Jaylon says, he's saying LOL, haha, that's funny. Sonic says, it's radioactive. Jaylon says, me hearties, like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as well. Well, thank you, Jaylon. Again, Jaylon's saying, me hearties, like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as well. We're currently in the post-show, if you will, the merchandise post-show gift shop for the Pirates of the Caribbean. The reason why we're returning, if you will, is I wanted to show you the backside of water. No, not really, it's not the backside. Backside of this wall. So on the backside of this wall is the actual bar, the Beacon Barrel, the lounge here at the Magic Kingdom in regards to the breaking news here. So we can't see many details on from the ongoing construction, but I assure you, just on the other side of this wall could be the mess, if you will, or the interior. Looks like we have another weak reception there. Not quite certain what's going on with the weak reception signals here. John with Fun to Be Free has been troubleshooting these during the course of the last several days and just can't seem to nail it down what's going on with the technical issues here. I'm working on it. I can assure you every single moment we're offline, I'm trying to resolve these weak reception signals, the gray screen or the white screen as well. Again, thank you for your patience. I'm trying to resolve it when we're offline, frantically, in other words. Let's go around the corner towards the entrance of the Castillo de Moro, or in other words, the Pirates of the Caribbean entrance, the Standby entrance, the Lightning Lane entrance, and we'll attempt to locate some more ongoing construction for the Beak and Barrel Lounge coming to the Magic Kingdom later this year. So you can see the construction walls just in front of us here as well. All right, so we're back in Adventureland. There is a sign posted on the wall. Oh, you're fine, no worries. There's a sign posted on the wall that says, "Not all treasure silver and gold, mate." All right, so let's head around the corner here. And essentially what Tom Bricker over at Disney Tourist Blog was indicating that this used to be the Pirates League. And you can see the marquee still intact here as well. I'll pause here for just one moment. So as we pan over in this direction over to the left-hand side, that is, of course, the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Standby entrance, along with the Lightning Lane entrance as well. And then we could head over in this direction, straight ahead or over to the right, if you will. And over in this area is the actual entrance that will become the Beacon Barrel. And you can see more construction hedges and, of course, the construction wall off in the distance or in the background there as well. If you look overhead and beyond, you can see another wall under construction, another vertical wall, if you will. But that's the latest update in regards to the visual progress here at the Beak and Barrel. But let's get back to the chat. Potato Land, welcome and welcome back, says, I'm down for the Beak and Barrel Lounge, but dead men tell no tales. Har, har, har. Nice, Potato Land. I'm glad when you're here. Oh, and Lithium Life, welcome in, welcome back. Lithium Life, back in the chat, says, sounds like a cool lounge. We'll pop in and check it out, but Pirates IP isn't top K-off of our list, or top of our list maybe. I think I understand what Lithium Life is saying. Thank you for being here, Lithium Life. And Sonic says audio is bad. Okay, we fixed it, so we're good. Yeah, the Sonic, I'm guessing the audio got kind of, out of sync as a result of those weak receptions. Again, John with Fun to Be Free is attempting to fix or correct the technical setup with Frankenstein Mark 6, my camera rig, when we're offline. And we just haven't been able to nail it down yet. Still working on it. Thank you for your patience. I assure you, I'm working frantically in the background to try to resolve all this. Shadow Black Mustang, welcome in, welcome back. Shadow Black Mustang says, yeah, your signal's gone. Yeah, it was pretty bad, Shadow Black Mustang, I apologize. Potato Land says, audio sounds like my 486 Packard Bell Powerhouse back in the 90s when loading Doom 2 audio. Oh yeah, Potato Land. Right? Shadow Black Mustang says reset button or disassembly. Nailed it. Mary the Move says we need a refresh, John, or move pocket out of interference. Captain Mickey Mouse says John fixed its audio. Bad. Okay, thank you for everybody that jumped into the live chat trying to get us to correct it. Oh, Randy, welcome in, welcome back. Randy's saying we have some cellular data interruptions. Yeah, I'm sorry, Randy. I apologize for that. Still working on it. Still trying to fix all the bugs. Hammering out. Shadow Black Mustang says I'm time traveling. Yeah, it gets kind of bad, huh? Potato Land says let's chill on the chat for now. Give John some time to fix and read. PC Gamer says which ride are we on? Oh, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Captain Mickey Mouse says I'm fun to be free, refreshing you. We can't hear anything you're saying. Got it. We all should be back online now. Tiki Man fan, welcome in, welcome back. Tiki Man fan's warning us on the audio too. Thank you for that, Tiki Man fan. Potato Land says Skynet has consumed John and Frank. Shadow Black Mustang says someone text him please. We got it all under control, I think. We're all under control. Oh, stay tuned for the 3 o'clock Eastern Festival of Fantasy Parade. Coming to a parade route near you, or in other words, right here. So we're gonna check out the Festival of Fantasy Parade coming very soon here, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, John with Fun to Be Free should go secure a complimentary Fun to Be Free cup of water over at Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. Zeep180 back in the chat. Zeep180 says, hey, Randy. Welcome in, welcome back. Zeep180, yet again, it was nice meeting you yesterday. Thank you for the blue and green milk. It was so cool to experience the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge with the blue and green milk with you, Zeep180. Jalen says, oh my gosh, stay tuned and find out, everyone. Sonic says, but the Sonic Meister's still with them. Thank you, Sonic, for sticking in here. Sonic says video's still going on, but the audio is lagging way back. Randy says, what's up, Zeep? Is that Rando like Lando? Sonic says it's like the video's in the future and the audio's in the past. Yeah, exactly. It time traveled, Sonic. Randy says, sounds like the day you walked away with the bat phone. Okay, Randy, thanks for the update. Captain Mickey Mouse says, ladies and gentlemen, please stand by. John will fix it after Pirates. Thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. Thank you for that.
Enchanting celebration in the streets, our Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. And now, please welcome our honorary Grand Marshals. Celebrating Mother's Day and Leah's birthday, Leah, Tammy, and Brittany, all the way from New York and Illinois.
We're here at Pecosville Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. We're here to secure a complimentary, Fun to Be Free cup of water. I'm thinking I'll head down to the far side, if you will. Oh, hello there. We're live on YouTube right now, but I'm just looking for one cup for water if possible, please. Thank you for your patience, everybody joining us live right now. John with Fun to Be Free is securing a complimentary Fun to Be Free cup of water. We'll get back to the... Oh, thank you again. Thank you for making the magic. You too, you as well. Thank you. We have success. Randy's back in the chat. Randy's saying, ahoy mateys, it seems the scallywags from Pirates of the Caribbean have hijacked the stream, stole the audio and cursed us with a bit of lag. Must be their way of saying welcome to the new lounge at Magic Kingdom. So before the signal disappears into Davy Jones' buffering locker, be sure to smack, tap, or even sword fight that button R. It fuels the signal. Very well done, Randy. Very well done indeed. I'll try to pop up the subscribe banner here. And I'll say that again because that's one for the record books, Randy. Look at this one. Randy says, ahoy mateys! It seems the scallywags from Pirates of the Caribbean have hijacked the stream, stole the audio, and cursed us with a bit of lag. Must be their way of saying welcome to the new lounge at Magic Kingdom. So before the signal disappears into Davy Jones's buffering locker, be sure to smack, tap, or even sword fight that like button R. It fuels the signal. Tiki Man Fan says very nice. I agree, Tiki Man Fan. I like it when you're in the chat, Tiki Man Fan. But Randy, you absolutely went above and beyond and exceeded all expectations with that one. Very well done, Randy. Shadow Black Mustang says, Shazam. Think you're all set now. Thank you for the update, Shadow Black Mustang. Jay Lund says, shiver me timbers. Randy says, Senor, how are you feeling today? I'm fine, Randy. I'm fine. Don't worry. Mary on the Move says, them pirates are trying to swashbuckle the stream. I guess so, Mary on the Move. We're now on the parade route. We're attempting to hang out, wait around for the upcoming Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade happening in just about 6 minutes here, so stay tuned for that. Jaylon says, well, what a cue for pirates, I'm guessing. Sonic says, yo ho, it's a Sonic life for me. Nailed it, Sonic. Jaylon says, guys, did you know treasure chest? Sonic says, construction hedge? Hogs? Yeah, Sonic. Hello there.
How you doing?
We're live on YouTube right now. Nice to see you. Thank you for making the magic. Shadow Black Mustang says, I'm wondering what the Astro Orbiter is looking like. Yeah, we'll get over there, Shadow Black Mustang. We'll check it out. Stay tuned for that. Jaylon says, X marks the spot. That's right, Jaylon. Chris says, yeah, everybody, we had a weak reception while in Pirates, but we're okay. All right, Chris, we're fine now. Randy says, John, did you actually say the W word? It's not work if we were having fun. I guess, Randy. I'm not sure what I said. Sonic says, Pecos Silkillian, Pecos and Pelican mashed together. Pecos Pelican, Bill? Mary in the Move says, at Potato Land, we're still waiting for your Beverly breaking news. And yeah, no idea why you would be contacted. Weird.
Okay.
Randy said, John, I commend you for your patience. I know we all say the audio isn't working, the stream is lagging, but you still threw it out and kept going. Once again, thank you for sharing the magic with us. Well, you're welcome, Randy. I wouldn't dare miss this. John with Fun Be Free very much enjoys bringing you live streaming coverage from the Magic Kingdom, Randy. Randy says, one of my most favorite, Mary, happy Mother's Day. Sonic says, I'm still bewildered when John asks, may I have a cup of water? And then goes on to say, cup of water to his chat audience. Mary in the Move says that, Randy, happy Mother's Day to Debbie. Oh, Mary in the Move. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the chat as well. Potato Land says, here's the news. I got 2 huge announcements Disney and non-Disney fans will love. Debbie says, happy Mother's Day at Mary on the Move. Welcome in, welcome back, Debbie. Todd Salvetti. Yeah. Todd Salvetti. Welcome in, welcome back. Todd Salvetti says, just got home from running errands and acting like an adult. Now I can finally be a kid and watch your stream. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here, Todd. I like it when you're here, dude. Randy says, what's the news, Potato Land? Are you getting married to Beverly? Oh, Randy. Nailed it. And you can see Captain Jack Sparrow meeting and greeting in the area here in Adventureland. Randy says, what's the news, Potato Land? Are you getting married to Beverly? Randy says, welcome back, Todd. Debbie says, hello, family. Hope everyone is having a great day. I am with John. Well, thank you for being here, Debbie. Happy Mother's Day to you as well, Debbie. That's going to be a good photo with Captain Jack Sparrow. Hello there, nice to see you. Thanks for making the magic.
Of course,
We're
thank you.
live on YouTube right now.
Are you having a good day today?
Oh, absolutely. Time of my life. We're slowly backing up. We got to make our way back to the parade route to catch the Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade, or as Rob's Mad World would say, it's the festival of fun to be free. Hello there, nice to see you. We're live on YouTube right now. Potato Land says Disney has announced that the Astro Orbiter is still gone. And they announced this morning that the Beverly is still available at Club Cool, contrary to the naysayers. Potato Land. I like it when you're here. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot, Randy. Jillon says, hi, Debbie. Welcome back. Chris says, oh, yeah, today is Mother's Day at the Walt Disney World Resort to all the mothers in the world. Thank you, Chris. Potato Land says, should have lowered your expectations. Potato Land. We're slowly making our way back to you, babe. No, we're going back to the parade route. But John with Fun to Be Free still drinking his complimentary Fun to Be Free cup of water. I need to get through it though. Hold on a second. It's a large cup. Seldom is heard a discouraging word there. Hold on one moment. I'm approaching the garbage receptacle again. Give me just a second. I'm going to finish this up. In the meantime, you could enjoy views from the Golden Oak Outpost. As we previously discussed, this was a, McDonald's French fry location. Okay, so here we go. We're headed back to the parade route now. We have less than 1 minute to go until the fanfare announcement of the Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. But let's check in with the chat. Let's get all caught up. Potato Land says, had to hype it up. No, John, it's the Festival of Beverly. LOL. If you insist, Potato Land. Randy says, Senor, how are you feeling? I'm fine, Randy. I'm fine here. Thank you for asking. Shadow Black Mustang says, Johnny Depp does all the work, and that guy gets the hugs and glory. Sonic says something that just jumped. Festival of Fantasy presented my Happily Ever After. LOL. Debbie says, hey, Jillon. Jillon says, hey, Debbie, it's Mother's Day. Captain Mickey Mouse says, remember to like and subscribe. Hold on. Let me start that chat over. I'll pop up the subscribe banner. Captain Mickey Mouse says, remember to like, subscribe, and share for John to make all this magical buttons on the stream and enjoy It's Fun to Be Free Parade. Awesome, Captain Mickey Mouse. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Potato Land says, I miss a zippity doodah in Frontierland. I do too, Potato Land. Sonic says, garbage receptacles? LOL. Captain Mickey Mouse says, kicking off. Alright. Debbie says, thank you, Jaylon. So happy Mother's Day to your family also.
Hear ye, hear, loyal guests from near and far. Welcome to the Magic Kingdom. You are warmly invited to join Mickey Mouse and his Fantasyland friends for a magical celebration in the streets. Dreams will come true, hearts will soar, and you will become a part of the magic. For the time has come to take your places and prepare to welcome the wondrous and wonderful Disney Festival Fantasy
we're gonna take a little shortcut. We're gonna head towards the hub, or Cinderella's castle. Castle forecourt, if you will. We're gonna head through the breezeway here, and we're gonna make a left into Adventureland and head down towards Main Street, USA. So we're gonna catch up with the opening unit, the Beauty and the Beast, from the Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. So stay tuned for that. Once we get out of the breezeway here, we're gonna actually make a left, like I just said. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell as well. But let's get back to the chat. I'm not sure where we are, where we left off in the chat. I'm rewinding in the chat. So right before the Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade stepped off, let's find where we are in the chat. Hold on a second. The last chat I could get to is actually 3:01 p.m. because, in other words, the chat fell off a cliff yet again. Rosalinda Vandery, maybe I believe that's how you pronounce it. Rosalinda Vandervree. Vandervree. Rosalinda, welcome to the channel. I do believe Rosalinda is a new subscriber. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. It's nice to have you. Thank you for joining us here at the Magic Kingdom. We're currently enjoying the Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade, Rosalinda. But Rosalinda says, hello, I'm from the Netherlands. Oh, well, welcome. We have another international viewer. Thank you for being here, Rosalinda. Reddy says, welcome back, Park. Oh, Park Bro's in the chat too. Sonic says, yeah, there we go again. 2 songs at once. Ugh. Jalen says, hi, Rosalinda. And T6, welcome in, welcome back. T6, back home, I guess. I hope you enjoyed your vacation here at the Walt Disney World Resort. T6. T6 says, best parade. I do concur with T6. John with Fun to Be Free says, of course, the best daytime parade in the entire world is the Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. Randy says, forget the restraining order. Keep pounding that like button. Oh, Randy, I'll pop it up. The subscribe banner, that is. I'll pop up the subscribe banner because Randy's saying, forget the restraining order. Keep pounding that like button like it owes you gold. Do it fast before those Pirates of the Caribbean scoundrels steal it too. They've already taken the audio, cursed the stream with lag, and I swear one of them tried to direct message my pirate. Sorry, I messed that up. Randy's saying, I swear one of them tried to DM my parrot. Got it. Randy says, welcome back, T6. Park Bros, welcome in and welcome back. Park Bros says, at Sonic, I picked up on that too. I never watched from right at the step-up point. I wonder if that's the issue. Rosalinda says, how much does a ticket cost at Disneyland, Florida? Randy says, welcome in, Rosalinda. Jamie Turner UK, welcome in, welcome back, says, hi all. Hello there, Jamie Turner UK. Park Bros says, we just watched Tangled on Friday. Our city was showing it free in the park. Shadow Black Mustang says, I confess, I have no idea who half of these characters are. Randy says, okay, Disney World Florida ticket runs from $110 to $150. Well, thank you, Randy, because Rosalinda was asking for that. Thank you, Randy. We're going to take a shortcut through the Emporium, if you will, the Main Street shops, the Main Street stores. Sonic says that Park Bros might just be technical glitch, but this is the second time I heard it that way. Randy says, Shadow, you will have homework tonight. Sonic says, wonder who is in charge of the AV over there at Magic Kingdom. And T6 says, pop quiz tomorrow, Shadow. Randy says, 20 questions on the characters. Shadow Black Mustang says that, Randy, if I do any of my homework, it's going to be starting with Star Wars movies. Shadow Black Mustang. I like the way you think. Park Bros says, at Rosalinda, there are some great deals going on now, including around $400 for 4 days. Thank you, Park Bros. Thank you, Lawrence. Debbie says, hello, Shadow. Randy says, Shadow, that's next week's topic. Oh, because Randy's saying, oh, we're going to do a video on that. Maybe next week, Randy. We'll see. You know, you just never know. Shadow Black Mustang says, hello, Debbie. Park Bros says, that's Sonic. It's not me, although I'm not able to run AV from my studio. LOL. Jalen says, wow, parade. Shadow Black Mustang says, Debbie, sorry for the misspelling. Debbie says, that's all right. I've been called worse. Debbie. Randy says, no fire today. Yeah, I thought I saw some fire, right? Shadow Black Mustang says, I understand fireworks, Chewbacca, Sally Beverly, and good old Mickey. Randy says, okay, fire did it. Yeah, we got fire. Bingo. Sonic says, there was one flame, Randy. I was a little smaller, but it was there, I think. T6 says, spoke too soon, Randy. LOL. Randy says, Beverly is on the final. Park Bros says, John, do you want to drive that beautiful dragon? Park Bros, you got that right. John, what fun to be free. You used to drive all of the parade floats at the Disneyland Resort at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. Park Bros, you are correct. My most favorite float that I haven't driven yet is, of course, the Maleficent fire-breathing dragon here at Disney's Festival of Fantasy Parade at the Magic Kingdom. So again, yes. Park Bros. Park Bros says, John, do you want to drive that beautiful dragon? I sure do, Lawrence. I sure do. Jalen says, wow, so many parade songs. Yeah, that's right. Shuttle Black Mustang says, oh, and I did notice the 2 dancing corals on another parade. Jalen says, well, there's Mickey and Minnie. Randy says, that's the guy who takes all moolah. Yeah, Randy, that's Mickey takes all your money. Jalen says, I met Mickey Mouse for the first time, guys. I gave a hug. Jalen says, do you guys enjoy the best parade? Let me know in the comments below. Captain Mickey Mouse says, it's time for John to go down the bayou at Tony's Bayou Adventure. Oh, Tiana's Bayou Adventure? Yeah, that'd be great. You just never know. Stay tuned, Captain Mickey Mouse. That sounds like an excellent idea. Jalen says, indeed, Captain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure are a good ride. Hello there.
Hi.
Thank you for making the magic. Hello there. Thank you. I'm fine though. Go ahead.
Why don't you go ask him what his channel is? Ask him, what's your channel?
Oh, hello. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Do you have your phone with you? I have the QR code.
Fun to be free. Okay, we'll watch it. He just got a camera. He wants to start a stream.
That's awesome. I highly recommend you do. If you have questions, you could always email me, or you could jump into the live chat.
You're gonna come right here.
Well, see, like, you can check, like, the chat.
Yeah, you can see the chat. Exactly.
That's cool. So you got a camera? Maybe if you get a phone soon, then you can do both. Yeah.
It'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just email me or jump into the chat. I could answer questions if you have them. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Nice to meet you.
Okay. I'm Rowan.
Hello there. Nice to see you.
Emily, nice to meet you.
Take care. Enjoy your stay. probably it. Let's see though. Probably past the point of no return. I love a parade here at the Magic Kingdom. Yeah, exactly. You saw the cast member in front of me. Oh, they must like it too. But Shadow Black Mustang and everybody else joining us in the live chat right now, as I always say, It's the best daytime parade in the entire world, the Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. But of course, Rob's Mad World has coined it. It's the Festival of Fun to be free. I love it so much, but Rob's Mad World I don't think is in the chat today. We're missing out. I really like when Rob's Mad World is here as well. Let me flip the camera and I'll show you what we're dealing with here on, of course, Main Street, USA. You can see the cast members. They have the stanchion cart, if you will. Hello there, nice to see you. Thank you for making the magic. We're gonna head up Main Street, USA towards the Cinderella Castle. And if I remember correctly, Captain Mickey Mouse had a suggestion for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That sounds like a great idea, an excellent idea, Captain Mickey Mouse. Don't mind if I do. But let's get back on track. Let me double check all the camera levels, the batteries. Hold on just a second. We need to ensure everything is going according to plan with the technical rig. My camera setup that I call Frankenstein Mark 6. Make sure old Frankie boy is functioning correctly. T6 back in the chat says, Tiana's Bayou was so much fun. I agree, T6. If you've just joined us, if you're new to the channel, John with Fun to Be Free, Frankie, and T6 and his wife had the opportunity to experience Tiana's Bayou Adventure very recently. So it was nice to see T6. Randy says, it's the Festival of Fun to Be Free. Thank you, Randy. Nailed it. Jalen says, Tiana's Bayou Adventure was so much fun indeed. Randy says, Tiana's? It's always going to be a Splash Mountain just like it's always MGM. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Randy. You nailed that one. Captain Mickey Mouse says, we want Bayou Adventure. You got it. Stay tuned, Captain Mickey Mouse. Randy says, how are the levels looking? Quick update. White Flame, Randy. 69% on streamer phone. We have 71% on primary camera and 93% on secondary camera. So we're looking real good today, Randy. Real quick, I did not bring Frank and Chill with me, the cooling fan today, because the weather is, a little overcast today. It looks like it may rain possibly. Sonic provided us with some greater details earlier when we went live. So I didn't bring Frank and Chill, Randy, so we're still looking good. Chris says Tiana's Bayou Adventure is one of the best attractions here at Disney World than the one at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. Oh, really? Did you go on both, Chris? Did you go on the one at Disneyland and Magic Kingdom? T6 says, sadly, back home where it's 50 degrees. Got home late last night, already planning the Disney trip to have something to look forward to. T6, I know that feeling. I know exactly what you're experiencing. Very much so, T6. But it was nice to meet you and your wife as well, T6. Thank you for being here, T6. Lamont's Gray back in the chat says, hi, Lawrence of Park Rose. Randy says, no, his homework, John. Star Wars homework is next week. Okay. Randy says, did the chat fall off a cliff or did it just relocate it in that zip code? I'm about to send a search party with snacks and signal boosters. As a reminder, please smack, press, touch, hit, pound, tap, squish, squash, or even smoosh that like button on the way in. Nailed it, Randy. I'll pop up the subscribe better. Randy saying again, did the chat fall off a cliff or did it just relocate to the next zip code? I'm about to send a search party with snacks and signal boosters. As a reminder, please smack, press, touch, hit, pound, tap, squish, squash, or even smoosh that like button on the way in. Thank you, Randy. We are now approaching the Cinderella Castle here at the Magic Kingdom, the hub, and the Walt and Mickey partner statue as well. We're not going to stay here too long because Captain Mickey Mouse wants John with Fun to Be Free and old Frankie Boy to be on a mission and head down the Bayou. So stay tuned for that in just a few moments. But in the meantime, I'm sure everybody viewing us live would like to get a quick shot of the partner statue in the foreground along with the beautiful Cinderella Castle with its glimmering spires off in the distance. So we'll pause here for just a moment, like I said. And I do believe we have a new subscriber. It's Kanal, K-A-N-A-L. Kanal, I do believe is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Well, hello there, Kanal. My name is John with Fun to Be Free. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to the channel. We go live daily, 2 p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort, Kanal. Thank you for being here. I think you've just joined the most fun and free chat family on the old YouTube, if you will. Chris says, wow, John, really? You drove all the parade floats at the Disneyland Resort? How exciting. I like the Main Street Electrical Parade and the Paint the Night Parade. Chris, full disclosure, I didn't actually drive all of them. The correct verbiage is most of them. because they are trained positions. So I actually technically didn't drive all of them in every parade since I worked there, but I drove most of them, Chris. Randy says, welcome in, Kamal. Welcome to the bestest channel. Well, thank you, Randy. James_Bond is 007. Welcome in, welcome back. Are you joining us from Hawaii today? James_Bond 007 says, awesome stream as always, John. Thank you so much to you and Frank for doing what you do, for bringing us all the wonderful Disney magic, and just wanted to say much mahalos for such a great day. Well, thank you, James_Bond 007. I enjoy when you're in the chat as well. Welcome back. Randy says, welcome back, 007. James_Bond 007 says, thank you, Randy. Shadow Black Mustang says, Randy, I was wondering that happened to Splash Mountain. Another name change? Randy says, yes, just a name change. It was rethemed. Randy says, that was so kind, mentoring a new explorer. I was waiting on the Tech Talk. Yeah, it was, real quick, Randy's referring to the Junior Explorer that wanted to go live while we were in the town square there. It was a little loud in the area, so, you know, I did my best. Not full-blown Tech Talk, because the audio was playing for the Festival Fantasy Parade. But Debbie says, 2 more weeks, it's going to be great. I agree, Debbie. Captain Mickey Mouse says that, Randy, yes, the dragon is breathing fire. Just saw it on Ron's stream. Captain Mickey Mouse, shouldn't you be hanging out with John with Fun to Be Free and Frankie Boy and everybody else in the chat here? But I'm glad you're here, Captain Mickey Mouse. Thank you for being here. I like it when you're here, dude. Randy says, thanks, Captain. And as always, Captain Mickey Mouse, I love your handle. I think it's so good. Sonic says, John, you accidentally pressed a button. Oh yeah, maybe I did. I must have hit a button during the Festival of Fantasy Parade that took the screen away, but I quickly noticed and brought it back. Because, of course, real quick, as you're probably aware, I'm using the iPhone and it's very touch sensitive, and the slightest touch could trigger many buttons I have arranged all around the screen. So I always have to pay attention 100% at all times. And as it turns out, I brought my focus away for just a moment. And I was actually, I think at that moment in time, I was actually, hello there, nice to see you. We're live on YouTube right now. I was actually taking a cough drop out of my pocket and trying to open it and pop it in, of course, my mouth. Allow myself to introduce myself. So I think that's what happened there. I wasn't actually focused on the screen at that moment. Titanic 101 says, scuff. Sonic says, couldn't see at 3:30 p.m. I think that's what Sonic was referring to, what we were just talking about there. We're currently on the parade route in Frontierland. We're rapidly approaching Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Maybe we'll have the opportunity to go down the bayou. Sonic says, but now we're back. Okay, good. Randy says, welcome back, Titanic. Shadow Black Mustang says, I see coral. Titanic 101 says, my aunt's bringing few relatives of Magic Kingdom, and there's no extra tickets to bring neither me or the kiddos along. Oh, well, LOL. Oh, well, that would have been so cool, Titanic. 101, you could have came and hung out with old Frankie Boy, my camera rig. Frankenstein Mark 6. Randy says, oh, sorry, Titanic. I know being there live is great, but you could always watch it on the stream. Titanic 101 says, I'm so Armored Core brained, RN, that when I see the word coral in the chat, my mind goes to that iconic voice line in the trailer. And the chat just jumped. Or SMTH. What was that? Oh, right. Coral, abide with Rubicon. Shadow Black Mustang says, and the Six Dwarves. Randy says, 7 Shadow Dopey was on the top of the other one. Shadow Black Mustang says, Randy, I see. Todd Salvati back in the chat says, how long do you think you will be streaming? As long as the batteries hold out, Todd Salvati. John with Fun to Be Free in his camera rig that he calls Frankenstein Mark 6 likes to be live or online as long as the batteries hold. And then generally speaking, I go offline whenever the batteries start dying. That's the plan. Pretty much every day, Todd. And it varies based on the temperature. So if it's really hot, the batteries have a really challenging time recharging. Some days we keep our fingers crossed and we can make it all the way through fireworks, but you know, we'll see. You just never know. The batteries are very inconsistent, we've noticed, with these devices, with the Florida heat, the Florida sunshine, and the Florida humidity. Very, very inconsistent indeed. Shadow Black Mustang says, can we go to the ESPN zone and look for cheerleaders? Elizabeth says, hello from Sweden, with a pink hand waving. Welcome in, welcome back, Elizabeth. Stevie says, I told Minnie she should consider the beauty products industry. I've known her all my life. I'm gray and wrinkly, and she doesn't look a day over 16. I'm trying to wrap my mind around Stevie's statement. I told Minnie she should consider the beauty products industry. I've known her all my life. I'm gray and wrinkly, and she doesn't look a day over 16. Randy says, hey Todd, the streams until the batteries died. Nailed it, Randy. Randy says, welcome back. Elizabeth. Todd Salvetti says, hysterical. Love it. Randy says, welcome back. Stevie. Stevie says, hi, Randy. And I'm looking where we are in the chat. It's just Rolo's still jumping. Hold on. Where are we in the chat? Stevie says, hi, Randy. Sonic says, Shadow. On the map, you have Spin, Wide World of Sports. It's kind of a good walk for John. Yeah, it's not even accessible by sidewalks, in fact, Sonic. So you have to take transportation, and that means like, oh, your own car, because, you know, it's not exactly an easy place to get to from, say, the theme parks. We're currently standing in front of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We're gonna watch one log come down the drop, and then we're gonna head over to the main entrance, the queue, if you will. Titanic 101 said, I did get to participate in Disney World Parade once when I was small. Really, Titanic 101? Please share more details. I'd love to hear about it. What was the process like? How did you get selected? Where did they take you backstage? Did they dress you up in costumes? Did they get you embroidered Mickey ears? Shadow Black Wesley says that's Sonic, but it's cheerleaders. And Titanic 101 says, little. Got it, got it. Captain Mickey Mouse says, you have to get a good photo on the 50-foot drop. Well, I'll do my best, Captain Mickey Mouse. Remember, John with Fun to Be Free has a face for radio, and Frankenstein Mark 6, my camera rig, has all the good looks. Excuse me. John with Fun to Be Free's voice is still a little hoarse, a little raspy, but still, it's getting a little better. Taking a long time, though.
And nice and cool.
So the good news here is there's not an extended queue in the area, and the sun is just not blaring down. So we're going to join the queue because Captain Mickey Mouse had such a good suggestion going down the bayou today. All right, so we have a standby entrance for the Tiana's Bayou Adventure posted at 50 or 50 minutes. Not that bad, Captain Mickey Mouse. Not that bad at all. Titanic 101 says, unfinished sentence. Oh, yeah, I got it. Titanic 101. Sonic says, LOL, okay then. Todd Salvetti says, well, Randy, I need to invent a nuclear-powered cell phone. Well, that'd be pretty big because, you know, the submarines are pretty large. And so those, you know, the naval vessels, the ships as well. Randy says, ha, 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 Todd. Chris says, nope, just the one in Disneyland, but not Disney World. Got it, Chris.
Okay, good job. Oh, yeah, Captain, come look at it right over here.
All right, I'm not quite certain what we experienced, but we may have just experienced a cellular dropout, but I think we're still online. I still think we're doing good here. I'm just checking the technical setup here. Give me just a second. Chris says, nope, just the one in Disneyland, but not Disney World. Okay, we got that. And then I got distracted by the cellular data interruption. But Debbie Diaz, I do believe is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. Well, hello there, Debbie Diaz. My name is John. I'm with Fun to Be Free, and we go live daily, 2 p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort, Debbie Diaz. Debbie Diaz says, well, hello there, nice to see you. Thank you for making the magic. Debbie Diaz says, hi, Fun to Be Free. It's my first time watching and subscribing. Amazing YouTube videos. Well, thank you so much, Debbie Diaz. You've just joined the most fun chat family on the YouTube. Well, welcome to the channel, Debbie Diaz. Thank you for being here. We're currently in the queue for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, so stay tuned for that, Debbie Diaz. Randy says Splash Mountain is 50 minutes. Thanks, Randy, for the update. I wish I could have got to the chat faster. I'm going as fast as I can, Randy, but thanks again for the update. Mary the Moose says, welcome, Debbie Diaz. Jaylon says, Canal, hi. Oh, and I do believe we have another new subscriber. Let me double check here. This chat is rolling. It's a jumping. Where did it go? It didn't fall off a cliff, Randy, but it's there somewhere. I'm trying to find it. It's moving. I do believe we have another new subscriber, and I think the way you pronounce it is lovesick/cannibal. The way it's spelled is L-O-V with lines, some horizontal lines, S-I-C-K space / space C-A-N-N exclamation B-A-L. Lovesick Cannibal. Welcome to the channel. I'm John with Fun to Be Free, Lovesick Cannibal. We go live daily 2 p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort. Lovesick Cannibal. Lovesick Cannibal says, hi everyone. Well, hello there, Lovesick Cannibal. We're currently in the queue for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Welcome to the channel. Debbie Diaz back at the chat already. Says, thank you, Mary on the Move. Sonic says, hi, Lovesick Cannibal. Randy says, wait times look very reasonable today. Highest wait time is 55 dwarves. Tron is 45. Everyone must be out with their moms. Possibly, Randy. Or just blacked out from the annual pass holder blackout dates. I'm guessing the Pixie Pass, the lowest level, is blocked out today. Randy says, welcome in, Debbie Diaz. Randy says, welcome in, Lovesick. I'm loving the background music. Where's Fast Pass Radio when we need him? Shadow Black Mustang says John drove most of the floats 100% once to get his hands on the dragon. That's right, Shadow Black Mustang. Nailed that one. Yeah, that Maleficent dragon. That is a real gem. That's a sight to behold rolling down Main Street, isn't it? Especially with its, of course, steampunk-inspired design, the color palette, the exposed driver, and of course the fire-breathing option. Real fire. It's so amazing, isn't it, Shadow Black Mustang? Benny Rodriguez, welcome in, welcome back. Benny Rodriguez says, dropping in to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day and drop a like. Oh, well, thank you, Benny Rodriguez. Thank you for being here. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers viewing us live right now. And if you haven't done so, remember to smash that like button. In fact, John with Fun to Be Free is going to make an all call, calling all explorers. We're going to start with the number 3. We're going to end with the number 1. Once we get to the number 1, I need everybody watching us live right now to smash the like button. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Smash that like button. Do it now. Let's go, because it's Mother's Day today. Again, happy Mother's Day to everybody viewing us live right now. Randy says, Senor, get water before you get on Splash. Good suggestion, Randy, and I thought about that. I just took a quick sip of water. I had a rather large complimentary Fun to Be Free cup of water right before the Festival of Fantasy Parade, Randy. I'm pretty much full of water. As a large cup did a body good, that's for certain. Randy says, welcome in, Benny. Auntie B, welcome in, welcome back. Always nice to have Auntie B in the chat as well. Auntie B says, happy Mother's Day. Oh, look at Auntie B, wishing everybody's happy Mother's Day, when in fact my guess is Auntie B is a mother herself. Thank you for being here on this Mother's Day, Auntie B. Chris says, oh yeah, right. Sorry, John, my mind got mixed up. You did drive most of the floats in each parade since you worked there. That's all right, Chris. I'm just happy they're here in the chat with us right now. Randy says, happy Mother's Day, B. Auntie B says, hello, John and Frank. Awesome, Auntie B. Yeah, Auntie B, Frankenstein Mark 6 says, happy Mother's Day as well. Auntie B has some pink hearts along with red hearts as well. Randy says, say happy Mother's Day to Scary Benny, please. Well, happy Mother's Day, Neri. Auntie B says, thanks, Randy. Randy says, Senor, were you able to find Romeo? Oh, Randy, as it turns out, the answer is a flat out no. How exciting is that answer? So what Randy's referring to is John with Fun to Be Free actually did a video just the other day here from the Magic Kingdom, and we actually attempted to locate Romeo McGraw. That, of course, is a country bear from the Country Bear musical Jamboree, Romeo. But as it turns out, it was 3 strikes and we were out, Randy. So we did this whole video looking for Romeo, and each time the cast members told us that Romeo was combing his hair and he was in his dressing room getting ready for the next show at the Bear Band. So the answer, no, Randy, as it turns out. Jalen says, yep, I was the best one and I like rides and foods and so much more. Debbie Diaz back at the chest says, thanks, Randy. Debbie Diaz says, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out on here on live stream. Well, thank you, Debbie Diaz. Debbie says, we've got 2 Debbies now. Debbie Diaz, and then next up is Debbie, just plain Debbie. Debbie says, hello from one Debbie to another. Nailed it, Debbie. Debbie Diaz, Debbie. Debbie Diaz, Debbie. Doctor, 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 doctor. Glad I'm not sick. Debbie saying, thank you, Debbie. You too. Debbie Diaz. Oh, the chat just rolled. It just jumped. Where are we in the chat? Debbie Diaz says, yes. Debbie Diaz says, happy Mother's Day, Debbie. Randy says, you're good, Senor. 1550. Thank you, Randy. Titanic 101 says, I'm clipping the coral bit post-stream. LOL. If you insist, clip away, Titanic 101. Jalen says, hi, Debbie Diaz. Debbie says, happy Mother's Day, Debbie. Titanic 101 says, the line was delivered so perfectly. Super Boomtown, welcome in, welcome back. Super Boomtown's joining us again. I like it when Super Boomtown jumps in. Super Boomtown used to be a cast member over at Disney's Hollywood Studios and recently retired after decades of service. Thank you for making the magic again, Super Boomtown. But Super Boomtown says, hello, friends, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Thank you you to all the moms. Oh, so kind, Super Boomtown. I like it when you're here. Jaylon says, nice member, Debbie Diaz. Randy says, John, Pixie is only Monday through Friday. Pirate is the next one up. Yeah, but they can't get in on the weekends, Randy. That's all I'm saying. But yes, Randy's right. So, wait, with the chat just rolled, it jumped. Where are we in the chat? Hold on. Yeah, so what Randy, I believe, is indicating Pixie's the lowest level, followed by Pirate, then Sorcerer, then Incredipass. That's what I believe Randy's saying. But also he's saying that if it's only available Monday through Friday, technically it wouldn't be a blackout date. That's probably what he's saying. But regardless, the people can't get in that have the Pixie Pass today. That's all I'm saying. Sonic says hi to you at Super Boomtown. Randy says welcome back. Super Boomtown says Sonic, hey. Sonic says how are you? Randy says they can call it Tiana's Bayou Adventure all they want, but my socks are still soaked and my heart still says Splash Mountain. Long live the log flume, formerly known as. And as a reminder, oh, I think I know where Randy's going with this, so we'll pop up the subscribe banner. And as a reminder, please smack, press, touch, hit, pound, tap, squish, squash, and smoosh that like button on the way in. Nailed it yet again, Randy. Here we go. We're going to do it again. Randy says they can call it Tiana's Bayou Adventure all they want, but my socks are still soaked and my heart still says Splash Mountain. Long live the long flume, formerly known as. And Randy also says, as a reminder, please smack, press, touch, hit, pound, tap, squish, squash, or even smash that like button on the way in. Awesome. Thank you, Randy. Super Boomtown says, doing well. The weather is much better today in Magic Kingdom. Yeah, it sure is, Super Boomtown. It's overcast today. It's when I got out of the car, it was 77 degrees, Randy. That's why I didn't take freaking chills today with me. Super Boomtown says, hey, Randy. Jaylon says, hi at Super Boomtown. And Super Boomtown says, Jaylon, hey. Randy said, doctor. That's Debbie. Debbie is a tongue twister. So yeah, lots of tongue twisters going on. That's right, Randy. Melody Pond, I do believe is a new subscriber as well. Melody Pond, Melodey, I believe is how you pronounce it. Pond, P-O-N-D. Melody, is that how you pronounce it? Melody Pond. Is it a Deb-vasion? Like, possibly Melody Pond. Welcome to the channel. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. It's nice to meet you. We go live daily, 2 p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort. Melody Pond. Again, says, is it a Deb-vasion? Yeah, because we have 2 Debbies in the chat now, going back and forth. I guess so. But Melody Pond, I'm glad you're here. You found the most bestest fun chat family on the old YouTube. Thank you for being here. We're currently in the queue for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Melody Pond. Debbie Diaz has emojis with crying from laughter. Randy says, welcome in, Melody. Randy says, okay, misunderstood on the Pixie, my bad. That's all right, Randy. It's no big deal. I like it. Randy, I really like it when you're here. You know this. I love it when you're here, Randy. Thanks for being here, Randy. Thank you for being here, Debbie. Super Boomtown says, thanks, John. Yep, 34 interesting years working at Walt Disney World. Yeah, interesting is probably an understatement from all the awesomeness you experienced on a daily basis over at, okay, but I'm still calling it Disney's MGM Studios, right, Super Boomtown? Melody Pond says, chat's rolling. I gotta find it. Thanks. Hi, everyone. What are we in line for? Looks like Tiana's nailed it, Melody Pond. Thank you for being here. Randy says, yes, Melody, we are online for Splash. Debbie Diaz says, amazing live stream today. Love watching your live streams. Oh, well, thank you, Debbie Diaz. John with Fun to Be Free enjoys bringing you live stream coverage from the Walt Disney World Resort. It's a passion of mine, Debbie Diaz. Real quick, Debbie Diaz, John with Fun to Be Free actually worked at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California for 22 years, where I actually drove parade floats in various parades like the Main Street Electrical Parade. So John with Fun to Be Free adores bringing you the live streams from Walt Disney World. But thank you, Debbie Diaz. Thank you for being here. Randy says, if the humidity was a tad bit lower today, we would be the best temp day. It possibly would be, Randy. It's not bad, though. Humidity is a little on the high side today here in Central Florida, but the temperature is on the lower side. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I'm going to make your photo you sent me. Okay, man? Again, Captain Mickey Mouse says, I'm going to make your photo sent to you. Okay, man? Yo, if you insist, Captain Mickey Mouse. Coach N, welcome in, welcome back. Coach N says, hey John, good to see you again. Well, thank you for being back, Coach N. But again, Coach N, when you popped in the other day with On The Go with CeeLo, I'm certain I've seen your handle somewhere before. Maybe on The Go with CeeLo's live stream, or on his channel maybe, or another live stream. But your channel, your handle is so familiar to me, Coach N. I'm just trying to place where I've seen it before, Coach N. But again, Coach N says, hey John, good to see you again. Thanks for being here, Coach N. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Super Boomtown says, I always love the train at the Magic Kingdom. Oh, Super Boomtown. Which train do you like better? The Walt Disney World Railroad or the Disneyland Railroad? How about, of course, Primeval World or Grand Canyon Diorama, Super Boomtown? Super Boomtown says, me too, Disney, MGM, I'm old. Ha! Yeah, Super Boomtown. Okay, but I'm still calling it MGM. Sonic says, Disney, Sonic, MGM Studios? LOL, Sonic. I didn't expect you to jump in with that, but now that you did, I went, oh, I should have seen that coming, Sonic. Should have seen that one coming. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John's going to get soaked on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. John's going down the bayou at Tiana's Bayou Adventure. John's going down the bayou, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Remember to, hold on, it just jumped, Captain Mickey Mouse, the chat that is jumped. One moment. Since it jumped, I'll pop up the subscribe banner and I will do it again. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, John's going down the bayou. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, remember to subscribe if you love John. Well, thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. Thank you so much for that. Debbie says, we love you too, John. Well, thank you, Debbie. Super Boomtown says, Disneyland. Oh, the chat's still rolling and jumping. Where are we in the chat? Where are we in the chat? I'm looking for it. Where'd it go? I think I found it. Super Boomtown says, Disneyland, the original. Love it there. Yeah, exactly, Super Boomtown. The only theme park that Walt Disney set foot in. The one, the only Disneyland, of course. Disneyland is so charming. Oh, and Ant MKE. Ant MKE, I do believe, is a new subscriber to Fun to Be Free. ANT, capital M, capital K, capital E. Ant MKE, welcome to the channel. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. It's nice to meet you. We go live daily 2 p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort. Ant MKE. And MKE says, afternoon all. Well, hello there, Ant MKE. We're currently in the Tiana's Bayou Adventure queue, so stay tuned for this world-class attraction coming soon to, of course, a device near you. Captain Mickey Mouse says, where to go? That's still rolling, still jumping. The moment I unpause it, it starts jumping again. Captain Mickey Mouse says, your ride photo I'm talking about. Got it, Captain Mickey Mouse. Sonic says, Tiana's at Captain Mickey Mouse. Randy says, welcome in, Ant MKE. Captain Mickey Mouse says, yes, Sonic. Randy says, welcome in, Coach. Where are we in the chat? That is still rolling, still jumping. Melody Pond back in the chat says, blue skies and sunshine guaranteed. Nailed it, Melody Pond. I like the way you think. Blue skies, sunshine guaranteed. I love it. I think you're going to fit in with this fun group very, very well, Melody Pond. Oh boy, I like what I see already. Coach N says, I have been modding for many, many years. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it, Coach N. So you're an expert when it comes to modding on the old YouTube, eh, Coach N? And to MK, he says, thanks, Randy. Coach N says, Randy, hello. Super Boomtown says, the one at DL, or Disneyland, has a lot to look at. I love the way the seating is out there on the train cars. I have to agree, Super Boomtown. With the holiday and the excursions, I should just say excursion, that is. I'm talking about the Walt Disney World. Sorry, no, let me back up and strike. Let me rephrase. I'm talking about the Disneyland Railroad with the holiday and excursion trains. That's what I'm trying to say, Super Boomtown. Yes, 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 nailed it. Mary the Move says, welcome, Coach. Debbie Diaz says, thank you very much. Oh, that's just like Andy Kaufman. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Coach N says, hey, Mary on the Move. Debbie Diaz says, you made me whole day. Wait, hold on, the chat just jumped. Where'd it go? Debbie Diaz says, you made me whole day live stream. Oh, thank you, Debbie Diaz. So I think Debbie Diaz is saying, John, what fun to be free. Made Debbie Diaz's day with the live stream today. Jaylon says, hi, Coach, NNANTMKE, and Melody. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I'm going to scratch you in the Bayou photo. I don't know exactly what you're saying. S-T-R-A-C-H. I'm going to S-T-R-A-C-H. Stretch you in the Bayou? Okay, John? I'm not sure. We'll come back to Captain Mickey Mouse. I'm sure he'll correct. Melody Pond says, at Debbie Diaz, you're famous now. Half the Deb duo. That's a good one. That's a good one, Melody Pond. Oh boy. Melody Pond, right out of the gate. You're on fire. I love it. Deb duo. Super Boomtown says, I believe that every Mon receives a flower over at Epcot today for Mother's Day. I worked a couple of Floral and Garden Fest there over the years. A great event. Very cool, Super Boomtown. Isn't that cool how Disney does that? Super Boomtown. Debbie Diaz says, thank you, Melody Pond. Debbie says, the Debbies are taking over. Yeah, that's right. It's almost like in Muppet Vision 3D. I'm Waldo. When Waldo's on screen and he duplicates himself. Got duplicate Debs. Duo Debs. Debbie Diaz says, yes. Big thumbs up. Coach N says, expert is a title. LOL. Realities and titles are two different things. You're probably too humble and modest, Coach Ed. Debbie Diaz says, where are you from, Debbie? This ought to get really good real fast. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, my birthday is on the same date as the opening day of Tiana's by Adventure in Disneyland. Very cool. Thank you for sharing, Captain Mickey Mouse. Debbie from FL, Florida. Captain Mickey Mouse says, it's a program I use. Oh yeah? What program? Is it Microsoft Paint? Is it an app on your phone? What is it, Captain Mickey Mouse? Debbie Diaz says, awesome. Debbie Diaz says, I live about an hour from Walt Disney World Orlando. Okay, so you're a local, Debbie Diaz. Do you have an annual pass to the Walt Disney World Resort, Debbie Diaz? Michael Gray says, I'm 90 days from being there. Michael Gray, are you a new subscriber? Your name seems oddly familiar to me as well. Have you been in the chat before, Michael Gray? Michael Gray, G-R-A-Y. But again, Michael Gray says, I'm 90 days from being there. That's so cool that you're only 3 months away, Michael Gray. Are you looking forward to every moment? I'm very excited for you and your family. Jaylon says, nice cast member, Debbie Diaz. Oh, is Debbie Diaz a cast member, Jaylon? Debbie says, I wish I was that close. I would get my coffee on Main Street every day. That'd be so cool, right, Debbie? Debbie Diaz says, thank you, Jaylon. Hello there. Nice to see you. We're live on YouTube right now. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Nice to see you. Where are you from?
Winter Garden.
Oh, right down the street.
There we are.
Very nice to see you. Oh, okay. I have my QR code with my phone here. We're live right now on YouTube. Like I said, I'm John with Fun to Be Free. We go live daily, every day, 2 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks.
So I get to hang out with you guys. I may be, riding with you guys too. You just never know.
Never know.
Okay, let's see here. Let's get back to the chat. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I can tell you an email. I kind of want to keep it a secret. You got it, Captain Mickey Mouse. Randy says, welcome in, Michael Gray. Jaylon says, you're welcome. Debbie Diaz says, what part of Florida do you live in? Chris says, yeah, what year did Tiana's Bayou Adventure open at Disneyland, John? Very recently, Chris. Michael Gray says, I have. Yeah, so Michael Gray, exactly. So, welcome back, Michael Gray. Do you want to share any more details about your upcoming trip, Michael Gray? John with Fun to Be Free is very interested. Are you staying at, say, a value, a moderate, or a deluxe resort on property here at Walt Disney World by any chance, Michael Gray? Debbie Diaz says, you're very, very welcome. Jaylon says, yes, he is a cast member, John. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell as well. You can see the Walt Disney World Railroad coming into the Frontierland station just up above on the trestle, if you will, the train trestle. Debbie says South Florida, but mentally I live at Disney with Frank and John. Oh, Debbie. Yeah, interesting. Debbie Diaz says okay. Your family found you in the crowd, in the queue. Wow. That's an eagle eye. Randy says, and I'm chopped liver, I guess. It's all about Frank. Nice, Debbie. Yeah, Randy, remember I keep saying my camera rig, Frankenstein Mark 6, or old Frankie boy, is the handsome one. And Debbie has her eyes on Frank. Randy. Again, Randy's saying, and I'm chopped liver, I guess. It's all about Frank. Nice, Debbie. Here, let me get a drink of water. Hold on a second. There we go, Randy. I just got a quick drink of water. We're hydrated again. Let's get back to the chat, though. Captain Mickey Mouse says Christopher Chavez last year, November 15th. Michael Gray says, I'm staying at the Bayou Resort on the Skyliner. Awesome, Michael Gray. So you might be a professional. You know what you're doing. Of course, you probably booked the Bayou Resort on the Skyliner. It could be possibly Art of Animation. It could be Pop Century. Ah, you know, the world's dying to find out. But Michael Gray, sounds like you've been here before to the resort and you're an expert. Do you have any other pro tips to share with families that are new to the Walt Disney World Resort, Michael Gray, since you know what you're talking about by any chance? Super Boomtown says, I just remembered that I rode on Splash during the cast preview way back in the early 90s at Walt Disney World. I think we rode it maybe 7 to 8 times in a row. It's all great fun regardless of the story. Enjoy. Nailed it, Super Boomtown. You got that right. So you're talking about, what was it, when it was brand new, and what was it, 92 here? Probably in the Walt Disney World Resort of Magic Kingdom, Super Boomtown. Chris says, November 15th, thanks Captain Mickey Mouse. Randy says, maybe a train ride later. John, take a tour. That sounds like a great idea. Excellent suggestion, Randy. So stay tuned. We may have the opportunity for a Grand Circle tour of the Walt Disney World Railroad, as of course it goes around clockwise here at the Magic Kingdom. Chris says, but I kind of missed Splash Mountain before Tiana's opened on that day. Debbie Diaz says, amazing live stream to watch. Well, thank you, Debbie Diaz. Again, thank you for being here. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, November 15th is my birthday. That's how I remember Tiana's Bayou Adventure opening. Got it, Captain Mickey Mouse. Thanks for sharing, Captain Mickey Mouse. Let me make some technical adjustments to the camera rig that I call Frankenstein Mark 6. We have to ensure that old Frankie boy is charging the devices. Oh, I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Hold on a second. Let me pull my phone out of my pocket. Do you have your phone with you? I have my QR code here.
Setting up.
We go live every day, 2 o'clock. But I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Virginia.
Oh, nice to see you. You guys go to like the King's Dominion? Yeah. Oh, okay. Very cool. Okay, let me double check on the technical setup here. Give me just a moment. I think it's time to change out the battery. So here, I'm gonna pull out Orangebird. It's an NPF battery. So here we go. This is Orangebird. We actually named the Orangebird with the help from the chat. So this is an NPF battery. I'm gonna place it on the camera rig. Hold on just a moment. In just a moment. I actually removed Blue. You're my boy, Blue, from the camera rig that I call Frankenstein Mark 6. You're gonna hear a satisfying click. There it is. That click means the Orangebird was just, affixed to the actual battery plate, and we are now charging the multiple devices. So I have 3 devices I'm charging right now. It's the streamer phone and the 2 external cameras on Frankenstein Mark 6, my camera rig right now. Let me shuffle some items around in my pockets. Give me just a second here, be right with you. Well, let's get back to the chat. Randy says, Roger that, senor. Just wanted the pony to go away. Yeah, I understand, Randy. It's getting better, though. It's been a process. It's been a slog, a grind, Randy, to get the pony to go away. What Randy's referring to is, of course, John with Fun to Be Free. His voice is a little hoarse, a little raspy still. But again, Randy, I keep insisting I just need to get more sleep because when we go offline, John with Fun to Be Free is constantly working on the Fun to Be Free channel in the background. John with Fun to Be Free, for every hour he's online, is putting about 2 or 3 hours in the background offline on Fun to Be Free. Captain Mickey Mouse says, definitely miss Walt Disney World Splash Mountain. I wrote it in front row in 2019. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it, Captain Mickey Mouse? I'm sad to see it go too, but Tiana's Bayou Adventure still is an awesome attraction. Michael Gray says, Pop. Okay, got it. Thank you, Michael Gray. So Michael Gray's staying at the Pop Century when he comes. Mary the Move says, while we're almost there, go ahead and smash that like button before going down the bayou. Oh, nailed it, Mary on the Move. Look at Mary on the Move popping in the chat. Mary the Move says again, while we're almost there, go ahead and smash that like button before going down the bayou. Nailed it, Mary on the Move. Again, Mary the Move says, while we're almost there, go ahead and smash that like button before going down the bayou. Nailed it. Michael Gray says, always do your research prior to coming. Okay, so that's Michael Gray's pro tip for any new family coming to the Walt Disney World Resort. Awesome pro tip, Michael Gray. Again, saying always do your research prior to coming. Nailed it, Michael Gray. Randy says, Michael, Pop Century is favoritist. I think that's how Randy wants me to say it. Favoritist value resort. Great transportation to all the parks. The pool is great, and you have access to 2 dining facilities. Yeah, Randy, you nailed it. Randy is an expert when it comes to Walt Disney World. But again, Randy's saying, Michael, Pop Century is the favoritist value resort. Great transportation to all the parks. The pool is great, and you have access to 2 dining facilities. So what Randy's referring to is the food court at Pop Century and the food court at Disney's Art of Animation Resort, the sister resort that is on the opposite side of Hourglass Lake. Well, of course, the Art of Animation and Pop Century share the Disney Skyliner that offers transportation over to the Epcot International Gateway, along with, of course, Disney's Hollywood Studios as well. But yes, Randy nailed it yet again. Debbie Diaz says, everyone please smash the subscribe and hit the like button. Oh, Debbie Diaz, you're going to fit in well with this chat family. Well, yes, I'll pop up the subscribe banner. And again, Debbie Diaz saying, everyone please smash the subscribe and hit the button. Awesome, Debbie Diaz. Thank you so much for that. Again, Debbie Diaz saying, everyone please smash the subscribe and hit the like button. Debbie Diaz says, you're welcome, John. Thank you for being here, Debbie Diaz. I like that you're here. Right out of the gate, you're on fire, Debbie Diaz. I love it. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, King's Dominion in Busch Gardens is in Virginia. Thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. And real quick, Captain Mickey Mouse, John with Fun to Be Free really likes Busch Gardens. That was such a neat experience at Busch Gardens, Captain Mickey Mouse. And of course, King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia as well. What a neat park. Randy says, way to go, Debbie. I concur. Debbie Diaz says yes. Hold on, the chat's rolling, still jumping. Where are we in the chat? Hold on. Let me walk up the steps here. Give me a second. I'm trying to find our spot in the chat. The chat's still rolling, still jumping. Sonic says, I am on Facebook chat, but don't worry, I'm still tuned in and enjoying your content. Well, thank you for being here, Sonic. That's all right. Super Boomtown says, after this, let's head over to Casey's on Main Street for a hot dog, mustard and relish, please. Super Boomtown. That sounds like a great idea. But we got to ride the train. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, Super Boomtown. And that might be a whole video topic for a whole different day. You just never know, Super Boomtown. Stay tuned and find out, Super Boomtown. But regardless, I like it when you're here, Super Boomtown. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, will those batteries have to be removed from your pockets on the log so they don't get wet? No, they'll be fine, Captain Mickey Mouse. In fact, I'm actually getting ready right now. This is dock, D-O-C. In other words, this is heavy dock. This battery is very large and in charge, very heavy. So I'm taking it from my rear pocket and I'm going to place it in my side cargo short pocket. Hold on a second. Just give me a second. Give me a moment, I should say. Too many seconds there. I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it. I'm shifting cargo, just like, on the Liberty Bell. Stow all cargo, Mark Twain. Hello there, nice to see you. Thank you for making magic. So we're going down the bayou soon. Stay tuned for that. But John with Fun to Be Free is still shifting cargo in his pockets. Mark Twain. Hold on a second. Just making sure everything is good to go. Randy says, we're here live at the most magical place on earth, where dreams come true, calories don't count, and Dole Whip is basically a food group. Randy, my guess is your chat just got separated though. Your chat went into the next zip code, Randy, so let's do it again. I'll try to find it. Yep, there it is. Okay, I found both chats. So Randy's chats were separated. Randy says, we're here live at the most magical place on earth, where dreams come true, calories don't count, and Dole Whip is basically a food group. For those who haven't yet, please show your support by hitting subscribe, smashing that like button, and ringing the notification bell so you never miss a single sparkly second of the magic. John's here every day at 2 p.m. More consistent than a Haunted Mansion ghost. Randy, well, I gotta do this one again. Very well done, Randy, yet again. Here we go. Randy says, we're here live at the most magical place on earth, where dreams come true, calories don't count, and Dole Whip is basically a food group. For those who haven't yet, please show your support by hitting subscribe, smashing that like button, and ringing the notification bell so you never miss a single sparkly second of the magic. John's here every day at 2 p.m. More consistent than a Haunted Mansion ghost. Knocked it out of the park, Randy. Well, very well done. Very well done indeed. Chris back in the chat says, oh, that quote, "You're my boy blue," was from the 2003 movie Old School starring Will Ferrell. You nailed it, Chris. Thumbs up for catching that, Chris. You're my boy blue. Of course, yeah, with Will Ferrell. When it hits your lips, it's so good. Exactly, Chris. Randy, again, Randy, thank you for that nice, like and subscribe statement. Very well done. Debbie Diaz says, go Randy. That's right, exactly. I should have just said go Randy because it's short and sweet and to the point. Debbie Diaz nailed it. Randy says, where am I going, Debbie Diaz? Debbie Diaz says, everyone hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, please. All right, so because Debbie Diaz said that, John with Fun Be Free will pop up the subscribe banner again. Debbie Diaz is saying, everyone hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, please. Thank you, Debbie Diaz. Captain Mickey Mouse says, we're almost going down the bayou. For your safety, please keep your hands and arms, feet and legs inside the stream at all times. It could lag inside the bayou. Oh, Captain Mickey Mouse, I sure hope not. Oh, look at Captain Mickey Mouse is saying that just as Lewis is saying it overhead. But yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't lag up ahead, Captain Mickey Mouse. This is really, really spotty coverage for cellular data service just about, 20 feet ahead of us. Debbie Diaz says, no. Where? Randy says, I can guess I'm Debbie Diaz told me to What are your thoughts on the world? Are you talking about their collection of attractions such as roller coasters? About the management? Oh, there's the weak reception. There you go. And we're almost there. I think we're back. I think we're back online. We just experienced that weak reception that I was talking about. But I think we're all good to go here. So yeah, Randy, I'm not quite certain how to answer your question about Six Flags. That might be, a long conversation there. Because I got a lot of thoughts, Randy. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I've never been to Busch Gardens. I'm going to try it sometime, John. I would highly recommend it, Captain Mickey Mouse. Of course, there's the Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay here in Florida as well, Captain Mickey Mouse. Chris says, oh, and fun fact, John, Cedar Point is at Sandusky, Ohio, best amusement park ever. Yeah, Chris, John with Fun to Be Free has made it to America's Roller Coast up in Sandusky, Ohio, up Stop at Cedar Point. It is a neat place to visit, Chris. Michael Gray says, I'm a former Disneyland cast member, but I've never been to... Oh, hold on. I'll start over, Michael Gray. I'm a former Disneyland cast member, but have been to the Magic Kingdom many times. Okay, very cool, Michael Gray. What years did you have employment at the Disneyland Resort in California? John with Fun to Be Free worked there from 1996 to 2018, Michael Gray. Randy says, that's awesome, Michael. What attraction did you service? Michael Gray says, we'll have to meet up when I'm there. Awesome, Michael Gray. I already look forward to it, Michael Gray. Very much so. I'm glad you're here. Mary the Move says, cool, Michael, me too. Former cast members in the house. Awesome, Mary on the move. And then Chris, KRISGIDWANI. Chris, hello there. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. It's nice to meet you. Hello, just one, please. 11, thank you so much. Thank you for making the magic. So we got 11. But Chris, GIDWANI. Nice to meet you, Chris. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. We go live daily 2 p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort, Chris. But Chris, GIDWANI, says Dole Whip Food Pyramid. Exactly, Chris. I'm guessing you are a Dole Whip fan and you prefer the Dole Whip over the churro here at the Walt Disney World Resort, Chris. But welcome to the channel. I think you're going to fit in with this fun chat group very, very well, Chris. You're going to fit in very well. Glad you're here. Welcome again to the channel. We're now loading or embarking on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I'm pulling down the lap bar here, where I'm trying to get all situated in the log here, making sure my hands, arms, feet, and legs are in the log. Here we go! Captain Mickey Mouse, this is for you. And we're almost there. I'll come back when we disembark.
Look at all these beautiful faces. Let's join Louis up ahead and find some musicians for our party. We're going to the party.
Hello? Anyone down
going down Bayou.
Tiana wasn't kidding, y'all. This Sonic band she found can play. Hallelujah!
I would love for y'all to play at my party tonight. They sure can play, but we gotta keep searching high and low.
Can I go?
Y'all ready to get down to business?
Y'all got itty bitty little buddies.
But you found the sound, that was great.
Let's get you big again. Cause the bigger you are, the bigger the splash you make in the heart. You'll get there in no time. Here you.
Whoa, that was a big splash. Oh, John Fun to Be Free just got splashed in the face, literally, big time. Wow.
It's filling up with special people like you. Remember, this party wouldn't be what it is without you.
Okay.
If they don't extend, it's okay.
Bonjour, madame. Comment ça va? Je vais bien, bien. You were just listening to LMR here on WNO New Orleans, which got me hopping all over the studio. Say, if you like to cut a rug like I do, then you should check out the Adventureland Frontierland. Yes. You to get that club for sure to have you hopping too. But LMR rambling. Me and Mother have tuned from the Playboy
All right, let's get back to the chat. So we just experienced Tiana's Bayou adventure. So much fun. Jama Fun to be free got a little wet going down the big drop, going down the bayou, that's for certain. But we'll jump back into the chat. Randy says, you're at the perfect place. The AC hits good in that hallway. Oh yeah, probably in the queue as we descended down towards the station, the load area, Randy, is what you're probably talking about. Randy says, welcome in, Chris. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, it has to be separated because YouTube only allows 46 words. Yes, thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. Randy says, I have to hold down the fort for Fast Pass and throw in the Johnisms. Randy, that was good. Again, Randy's saying, have to hold down the fort for Fast Pass and throw in the Johnisms. Nailed it, Randy. I'm laughing. That's good, Randy. Mary on the Move says, welcome, Chris. Dole Whip is one of the food groups for sure. Nailed it, Mary on the Move. Debbie Diaz says, you're very, very welcome, John. Amazing live stream, John. Well, thank you, Debbie Diaz, again, for being here. I'm glad you're here, as I keep saying. Captain Mickey Mouse says, front row. Turned out we didn't get the front row, Captain Mickey Mouse. Captain Mickey Mouse says, see you, jinxed it, John. Well, or I randomly was put in a spot, maybe, in a row that was required. Randy says, bam, you found it. The lag spot right on the money. 20 steps down and you got it good now. 16:25. Thank you for the update there, Randy. Yeah, it's really tough for coverage in that spot there in the queue, Randy. Scary Mary TV, welcome in. Oh, welcome back. Scary Mary TV says, John, with Fun to be Free is getting Montana's Bayou Adventure. This is so exciting. Hello and hugs to everyone in the chat, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Scary Mary TV, I think, saying John with Fun to be Free getting Tiana's Bayou Adventure. This is so exciting. Hello and hugs to everybody in the chat, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Randy says happy Mother's Day, Scary. Captain Mickey Mouse says that, Randy, I loved Six Flags New England. It's amazing, bro. Oh, so Captain Mickey Mouse, you must live in the New England area, if you will. Visiting, of course, Six Flags New England. Okay, Randy, we're here at the entrance for the railroad station, or the Walt Disney World railroad station entrance. Let's proceed up the steps. Randy says, I've only been to Six Flags Great Adventure, and it was great. Okay, Randy, did you go on King to Ka by any chance, Randy? That'd be awesome if you did. Debbie Diaz says you have to go to Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay. It's fun there. Yeah, it sure is, Debbie Diaz. Yeah, John with Fun to be Free enjoys Tampa Bay Busch Gardens. What about Scorpion, Debbie Diaz? Remember Scorpion? This Schwarzkopf? The Looper? Michael Gray back in the chat says 2004 to 2010 security team. Got it, Michael Gray. So real quick, here is the Walt Disney World Railroad. It's embarking now for its Grand Circle tour around Magic Kingdom. So we'll be on the next train. Stay tuned for that.
Inside the train. And as always, keep an eye on your little ones. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Bingo. Okay, we'll get back to the chat. But Michael Gray again said 2004 to 2010 security team. So Michael Gray, our paths may have crossed many times during that time frame. That's for certain. John with Fun to be Free certainly worked there then. Thank you for sharing, Michael Gray. Captain Mickey Mouse says, oh, go ahead, please. Go ahead. Hello there. We're live on YouTube right now. Nice to see you. Captain Mickey Mouse says, at Debbie Diaz, I know, but I can't. I need to do Hollywood Cedar Fair first. Okay, so yeah, Captain Mickey Mouse, Dollywood is amazing. Have you been there yet, Captain Mickey Mouse? Dollywood is highly, highly recommended by John with Fun to be Free. It is so neat. And of course, Cedar Point as well. Captain Mickey Mouse says, haha, John's getting soaked. I did. I actually got soaked, Captain Mickey Mouse. I'm wet. My t-shirt's wet, Captain Mickey Mouse. Debbie Diaz says, hit the subscribe button and like, please. Nailed it. Debbie Diaz. Because Debbie Diaz said that, I'll pop up the subscribe button. Again, Debbie Diaz said, hit the subscribe button and a like button, please. Debbie Diaz says, me too. I like being here a lot. Awesome, Debbie Diaz. Sonic says, get ready for a fun ride, everyone. That's right, Sonic. Debbie Diaz says, everyone hit the subscribe button and like button, please. Yet again. Well, thank you, Debbie Diaz, for a second statement from you. Captain Mickey Mouse says, Sonic Hedgehog, John's getting soaked. He's in third row back. Nailed it, Captain Mickey Mouse. Sonic says, I know. Sonic says, be right back. All right, that's fine, Sonic. Where are we in the chat? It's still rolling. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I don't think Johnny's getting soaked. Yeah, I got soaked. You're right, Captain Mickey Mouse. I got soaked. Potato Land. Oh, back in the chat is Potato Land. Potato Land says, bad news for MK fans. Astro Orbiter, ... It's still down. But on the plus, Epcot fans can get themselves a great tasting ... margarita in the Mexico Pavilion. That's right, Potato Land. Did you join us when John with Fun Be Free had the opportunity to enjoy the adult-inspired beverage over at the Mexico Pavilion Outdoor Food Studio for the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, Potato Land? You're now looking at the Walt Disney World Railroad, the train tracks, if you will. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I'm doing 2 shots of you won the Bayou. Okay, Captain Mickey Mouse, thanks. I'll look forward to seeing it in the email, I'm guessing. And he says, Margarita Potato Land? Are you cheating on Beverly? Oh, Randy. Randy again says, Margarita Potato Land? Are you cheating on Beverly? Michael Gray says, when does Test Track reopen? Probably this fall is my guess, Michael Gray. Disney, I'm hoping will have it soft open for, maybe late summer, but it might be soft open or probably previews, possibly to cast, probably annual pass holder previews, maybe at the end of the summer. We'll see, Michael Gray. They haven't announced yet, as far as I know, Michael Gray. Randy says, Happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Potato, sir. That's good too, Randy. Happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Potato, sir. Potato Land says everybody's got a laughing place. Oh, I should do this correctly because Potato Land loves his Splash Mountain. Hello there. Nice to see you. We're live on YouTube right now. Potato Land says everybody's got a laughing place. A laughing place to go ho ho. Take a frown, turn it upside down, and you'll find yours. I know ho ho. Did I get it right, Potato Land? I think I did. Very well done, Potato Land. I always enjoyed that. I enjoyed that in the original Splash Mountain. Oh, hold on here. We're turning on our access. You could hear the steam whistle from the Walt Disney World Railroad. Let's see what locomotive it is here. Dong, dong. There we go. We got a presto. It's the Walter E. Disney, the #1 and only Walter E. Disney.
Watch your step now. This is Frontierland Station.
Howdy, y'all. As we roll into Frontierland, we are going to want to make sure to stay seated and fully aboard the train until we make a full and complete stop. I will then let you know when it is safe to disembark by saying the 2 words of all clear. Until then, for your safety, I do need everybody to stay seated. Not quite yet.
Everybody's got a laughing place. A laughing place to go ho ho. Take a frown, turn it upside down, and you'll find yours. I know ho ho. Very well done, Potato Land. The Captain Mickey Mouse saying these can be used as graphics for you on your Bayou adventure. Awesome, thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. Potato Land back at the chat says, when you're blue and feeling low, that's the time to go. Ho ho ho. Old Man Trouble will leave you. I know when he hears you. You're a ho ho ho. Awesome, Potato Land. Potato Land, of course, likes his Splash Mountains. That's for certain. When we have the opportunity to meet with Potato Land was actually wearing an Splash Mountain shirt. Hello there, nice to see you. We're live on YouTube right now. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Nice to see you.
Saw you were waiting.
Oh yeah? Randy says, I just realized why are a lot of drinks named after women. The Beverly Margarita, Shirley Temple. Oh yeah? Please share, Randy. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Randy? Okay, I have Doc in my back pocket. I need to take Doc out of my back pocket or rear pocket. Hold on a second. Climb aboard. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, folks. Okay, let me secure all cargo. Give me a second here. Be right with you. I'm taking that big battery dock and I'm putting it in my cargo short pocket off to the left, if you will. Making sure it's zipped up, zip it good. Okay, here we go. Let's get back on track. But yeah, Randy was saying, I just realized why are a lot of drinks named after women. The Beverly, Margarita, Shirley Temple. Yeah, please share more, Randy. I'm dying to hear what you're going to say about this. Ant, A-N-T-M-K-E says the ride looks fun. Can't wait to go on it in September. Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool, Ant, M-K-E. I think you're going to enjoy it very much so. And then you just said September. So, maybe you could also experience the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and you may have the opportunity to experience the song September over there on the Guardians. Randy says, bring a poncho, Ant. Randy, bring a poncho, Ant. Captain Mickey Mouse says that Randy John's getting soaked. Yeah, you're right, Captain Mickey Mouse. Okay, where are we in the chat? It just jumped. I'm trying to find where we are here. Hold on here. Where are we? I just keep going backstage. Oh, Bill. Hold on, I'm still looking. Where are we in the chat? You guys are on fire with the chats today, I'll tell you that. I still have not found where we are. Where are we? Okay, I think I found it now. Man, oh man, lots of chats. Potato Land says Splash Mountain. Not a fan of the retheme, but that's me. Captain Mickey Mouse says Hidden Mickey spotted before drop-in leaves. And he says agreed Potato Land. Debbie Diaz says please everyone subscribe and hit the like button. Oh right, Debbie Diaz, thank you for that. I'll pop up the subscribe banner because Debbie Diaz has said that. Again, Debbie Diaz says please everyone subscribe and hit the like button. Captain Mickey Mouse says hey there, hey goes John M. Potato Land says every time John goes on Tiana, I'm taking back one like, LOL. Because Potato Land likes his Splash Mountain, but I keep insisting, Potato Land, that Tiana's Bayou Adventure is still good. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I know how wet you got on. You got soaked. Exactly, Captain Mickey Mouse. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I'm checking something for a hidden Mickey. Debbie Diaz says, you're very, very welcome, John. I love being here on the live stream. I'm glad you're here, Debbie. I keep saying that. I'm glad you're here. You found your new chat family here, Debbie Diaz. Everybody in the chat's just so much fun. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, I think I saw a hidden Mickey. Oh yeah? Captain Mickey Mouse? Potato Land says, song with me, everyone. Maybe sing with me. Let's keep it alive. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. And then it stops, but I'm only going to imagine Potato Land wants to keep singing. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. I'm picturing Uncle Remus in my head right now. Hello there, nice to see you. Thank you for making the magic. And he says, that's what you miss, Potato Land. Captain Mickey Mouse says that. Randy, there's a good hidden Mickey before the drop in the leaves, I think. Possibly, I'm not familiar with the Captain Mickey Mouse. Randy says, it is a pretty do that. Randy says, zippity-doo-dah. Oh, Randy's a big fan too. Captain Mickey Mouse says,
Howdy, folks.
I'll pop
If
down.
you're just joining us, a hearty welcome aboard. We're heading for our next stop, Fantasyland, before carrying on to Main Street, USA. Everybody stay seated and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs safely inside the train. And as always, keep an eye on your little ones. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Standing in car one.
Alrighty folks, welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. As a friendly reminder, we do need to all be fully seated at this time, or I will have to make an unexpected stop. Again, we do all need to be seated. Also, our dining car has retired, which means that all snacks and food do need to be put away. Again, make sure all food, drinks, and snacks are put away till our next stop. Thank you.
The change in scenery means we've left the rattle and rumble of that old gold mine behind and entered my favorite leg of the journey. Lush wilderness, calm waters, and untamed beauty. Folks, we're in nature's wonderland. Isn't it something? Just think of the extraordinary things to see and do in these woods. Hiking trails, bird calls, fireflies, and starry nights. Setting out for adventure at sunrise and telling the tale around a campfire that night. Considering how wonderful things are out here, I'm fortunate that some of my closest friends call it home. That village is a truly special place. Folks, we're just about out of the woods and into the forest.
Oh yeah,
The
we're gonna hear Peter
enchanted
Pan?
Forest of Fantasyland, where magic. Listen, hear that?
There it is, on that big metal snake.
Oh, Peter, that's not a snake. It's a train.
Train, huh? Well, I think it's finally time I trained my shadow to stay put. Come here. Hey! Get back here, Shadow! Shadow!
Oh, Tinkerbell, we really must find some stronger thread.
Told you it's enchanted, and not just the forest. From the tips of castle spires to the sands under the sea, magic and happily ever afters await around every corner in Fantasyland. Friends, travelers, children of all ages, we're coming down the track and headed straight for the stupendous, the sensational, the spectacularific Fantasyland Storybook Circus. This is the place to soar with Dumbo, or join Goofy in his stunt plane for some airborne acrobatics. This station is also your gateway to the rest of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. Gather your juggling pins, unicycles, and other away from the platform before unfolding them. That way we can start loading up for the next leg of our trip. For those disembarking, please watch your step and thanks for traveling with us. I hope you join us again real soon. If you're staying aboard, our next stop is Main Street Station.
Alrighty, travelers, as we roll into Fantasyland, make sure to stay fully seated and fully aboard the train until we make that full and complete stop. I will then let you know when it is safe to disembark by saying the 2 words of all clear. Until you hear those words, for your safety, do not stand up, do not exit the train. We are all clear. Welcome to Fantasyland Storybook Circus. This is your station closest to the rest of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. If we do got those strollers, make sure we are heading all the way across those gates before unfolding them. That way we can get our new travelers on as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Well, let's get back to the chat here. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I'm still here, John. Just getting a screenshot of a hidden Mickey. No problem, Captain Mickey Mouse. I'm glad that you're here with us. Captain Mickey Mouse says, we got the whole ride, if you're wondering. Awesome, Captain Mickey Mouse. Sheldon, welcome in, welcome back. Sheldon says, I'm all wet. Yeah, Sheldon, real quick. John and Fun Be Free got a lot of wet this time. Wow. Captain Mickey Mouse says, I think I spotted a hidden Mickey. Captain Mickey Mouse says, what's your photo look like? Well, we got as much as we could, but, you know, it was partially obscured by Photo Pass, you know. Randy says, I'll pass you the towel, Sheldon. Randy. Chris says, yeah, me too. Sheesh. I'm completely with it, but hoo-wee. We had a great time on Tiana's, didn't we, everybody? Job and Fun Be Free. And his camera rig, Frankenstein Mark 6, did as well. Ant MKE says, does anyone know when Thunder Mountain will reopen? Probably as soon as possible, possibly by holiday. We'll see. That's what I'm thinking, Ant MKE. Holiday this year. When I say holiday this year, it'll probably be, you know, for previews for cast members holiday, but then it'll actually officially open the guests probably in like January of 2026 would be my guess. But we'll see. They, my assumption is Walt Disney World wants to open Big Thunder as soon as possible. Sonic says, yeah, I was just thinking of New Orleans, and I guess that I was recording of a radio station from the area. So Sonic's saying again, yeah, I wish, I was just thinking of New Orleans, and I guess that was a recording of a radio station from the area. Oh, really, Sonic? Interesting. Captain Mickey Mouse says, hey, John, if you look where the leaves are before the drop, it looks like there's a hidden Mickey. Oh, which drop? Drop 1? The first drop, Captain Mickey Mouse? And MK says, thanks, Randy. Potato Land says, Thunder Mountain will reopen 2026 early. I checked with my source, though. They'll let me know some insider info periodically. Well, thanks for sharing, Potato Land. Captain Mickey Mouse says, Aunt MK, I found a hidden Mickey, I think. Randy says, John, you make us crack up when you read that chat and chuckle. It's like we're right there with you. Oh. Well, I feel like you guys are just with me, you know, by my side, along with Frankie Boy, Randy. Excuse me, as I cough into the microphone. Excuse me, Randy, I've said it once, I'll say it again. A little hoarse, a little raspy, pony's coming out a little bit. But yeah, Randy, so again, haven't heard your voice before, but that voice in my head, I have a voice for everybody in the chat that's been here, you know, for more than a few days. The voice develops, and there's like different voices, and everybody's gonna say, John must be crazy because he's hearing voices. No, I literally am hearing like the text talk to me in the voice that I expect how it would sound like as you would read it yourself. Captain Mickey Mouse says, yes, John, did you know? I didn't know there was a hidden Mickey there, Captain Mickey Mouse. I didn't. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm waiting to see what you send me. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, I caught a great hidden Mickey. Okay, I can't wait. Captain Mickey Mouse. Sonic says, John, Sonic to be funnic. LOL. if you insist. Sonic saying Sonic, S-U-N-I-C, to be fun, F-U-N-I-C, LOL. Jill Allen back in the chat says she got water all over the place on your shirt. Yeah, my shirt's really wet. It really is. And I get hit in the face with literally a wave of water. Captain Mickey Mouse says, let me point this out for you. Okay, Captain Mickey Mouse, I want to see it. Potato Land says, the Mickey at the drop, I'm told, was never destroyed. All the hidden Mickeys that were present on Splash are still present on Broccoli Mountain. LOL. If you insist, Potato Land. Broccoli Mountain. Randy says, not going to say who, but when I was dating a certain individual, we went on Nitro. She was in tears. The picture came out hilarious. Oh, Randy. So, okay. I'm hoping I have the thought in my head because, you know, I only know of one significant other, if you will. But Randy's statement says, not going to say who, but when I was dating a certain individual, we went on Nitro. She was in tears. The picture came out hilarious. So I think Randy is referring to Nitro, the B&M hypercoaster at Six Flags Great Adventure. So I pictured it in my head now, Randy.
Looks like we're on our way, and I'm so glad to have you with us. The next leg of our journey takes us to Main Street, USA. We'll head for Frontierland after that. Stay seated and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs inside the train at all times. Oh, and please keep an eye on your children. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. Next up was a place that's always ahead of the curve, and not just because we're on the straightaway. Our metropolis of mechanical marvels, Tomorrowland. As you know, I love this railroad about as much as a songbird loves the morning. And I'm still awed by the
Upload conflict area. Scanning. Calculating. Locomotive maintaining trajectory. Intervention not required. Users, please proceed to Tron by second line. Once station time, you may board.
And that's what makes time travel possible, I think. Yeah. Right, Dr. Emmett Brown, got it.
Stick together. It's your only hope for victory.
And that's the secret that makes intergalactic travel possible. So simple once you hear it, right? Yes, sirree, in this place of boundless optimism, the possibilities are endless. You might say the sky's the limit, but even that is no obstacle in Tomorrowland. Our trip around the Magic Kingdom is almost complete. I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me, and I hope you've enjoyed.
Hi, that's a quick friendly reminder to make sure all hands, arms, feet, and legs stay inside the train.
Our most charming destination, Main Street, USA. A place where the only thing sweeter than the townsfolk is the treats. After our stop, we'll be heading for Frontierland, followed by a visit to Fantasyland. For now, stay seated until our train comes to a complete stop. Then pick up your belongings and carefully disembark. If you have strollers to unfold, please take them all the way beyond the platform so new passengers can safely hop aboard. It'd be mighty kind of you. And while we're being neighborly, what say we give our fellow travelers a friendly wave hello? This is Main Street Station, after all. Welcome to Main Street, USA.
As we roll into Main Street, make sure to stay fully seated and fully aboard the train until we make that full and complete stop. I will then let you know when it is safe to disembark by saying the 2 words of all clear. Until you hear those words, I do ask that we stay seated and do not stand up. We are going to roll in safety, stay seated.
Rolling. We keep on rolling.
Again, we're almost there.
Oh, nice.
Stay seated. Now we are all clear. Watch us immediately disembark. This is Main Street Station. Your station closest to Cinderella's Castle. That walk up Main Street. The park exit, the monorail, the ferry boat, or if we want to meet the big cheese himself, Mickey Mouse.
So I'm wondering what the weather's going to be looking like here shortly. You can see, it looks like we're going to get some weather here. Hello there, nice to see you. We're live on YouTube right now. I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Do you have your phone with you? I have my QR code on my phone. Can you see the chat behind the screen? No, we're pointing up there. Where are you from?
We live here.
Technology, right?
Yeah, that's something.
But we'll back to the chat here. So you get here. You want to go? You want to try it again? Oh, fun. Here. Here. We could do it again. So I'm John with Fun to Be Free. We're live every day, 2 o'clock from the Walt Disney World Resort. Where are you from? You just said local, right?
Yeah.
So down the street?
Yeah.
Do you have the annual passes?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Come often?
Some.
What's your favorite park? Magic Kingdom or Epcot?
Magic.
Oh, how'd I guess? But here in the chat, we have everybody that's viewing us live right now, and we could chat with them at the moment. If you say your name, I bet you they'll say, hello, so-and-so.
Wait, they're saying my name?
Or a nickname.
A nickname? Wait, like in the chat?
Yeah, if you say your name, then somebody in the chat will probably say, hi, so-and-so. Cufus Razmataz Pringle says hello.
That is me.
Oh, got it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Nice to meet you. Cufus Razmataz Pringle, I bet you're a big Disney Pixar Finding Nemo Junior fan. Yeah. You see the show over at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park? Oh, been a while. Oh, because you like Magic Kingdom? You don't get away from the Magic Kingdom that much?
Yeah.
I'm an Epcot man myself. But it's nice to meet you. We're going to do some chats here, but we're probably going to disembark from Main Street Station, so I don't know how much we're going to get through. Oh, we already got the whistle, so we're clear. We got clearance. So we'll come back to the chat. The last one I see is from 450 from Shadow Black Mustang. At Randy,
Welcome
nice.
aboard, folks. We're beginning a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom, with stops along the way in Frontierland and Fantasyland. Sit tight and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs well inside the train. We're currently departing Main Street Station. And if you're missing those friendly faces already, not to worry. On this train, it's never goodbye. It's always see you real soon. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. Friends, I'm so delighted you've joined us today. There's nothing I enjoy more than showing folks around this Magic Kingdom, especially because it's certified proof that in these parts, dreams really do come true. See, there was a time not so long ago that I was just a young fella on Main Street with a balloon in my hand and a wish in my heart that someday I'd be the conductor of this train. And wouldn't you know it, with a bit of gumption and a dash of magic, here I am. So believe it when I say that around here, anything is possible.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
See what I mean? Hope you packed a compass, because that, folks, is the sound of adventure. Adventureland, I should say. Whether navigating wild jungle rivers, swashbuckling with jolly buccaneers, or even just scaling a towering treehouse, there's always plenty to explore here in Adventureland. Now, if you're more the rootin' tootin' type, then partner, saddle up, cause this here's Frontierland, home to cowpokes, campfires, and country bears. This outpost is chock full of tall tales and an even taller mountain. We call it Big Thunder. Catch a ride on its runaway trains and you'll see why. On a more musical note, just ahead, Princess Tiana is striking up the band for her big party. She made me promise to tell you folks, you're invited. We've reached Frontierland Station, everyone, so sit tight and hold those horses until we've come to a complete stop. If you're disembarking, please carry your strollers all the way off the platform before unfolding. Watch your step now. This is Frontierland Station.
Alrighty folks, as we roll into Frontierland, make sure to stay fully seated and fully aboard the train until we make a full and complete stop. I will then let you know when it is safe to disembark by saying the 2 words of all clear. Until you hear those words, stay seated and stay aboard the train. Not quite. No, stay seated. Not yet. Now we are all clear.
This is my stop.
Frontierland, your closest station to Adventureland and
Nice to
Liberty
meet you.
Square.
We'll see you in the chat.
Yeah, sounds good.
And
As a quick announcement, at this time we do have weather rolling into our area. If by chance we do get lightning within.
all right, so the last chat I could see that didn't fall off a cliff, literally the last one, from 4:50 p.m. Eastern, is from Potato Land. Scary Married TV, John said you had a question for me. I told him to send you my info. Hello there, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Are you a cast member?
I am.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you for making the magic. How did I guess?
I don't know, maybe because I'm alone and I'm
I'm John with Fun to Be Free. We're live on YouTube right now.
Awesome.
Thanks again. Oh, wonderful, thank you. We broadcast live from Walt Disney World Resort daily, and I love doing this. It's so cool. Let me get the gate for you here. Hold on a second. There we go. You have your phone with you by any chance? Do you have your phone with you by any chance? Okay. Where do you make magic?
over at Epcot. I do festivals, food and beverage.
Oh!
So kind of around the whole park.
Yeah. I bet you've seen this crazy guy walking around.
I might have. You look very familiar.
Oh, I'm at Epcot often.
Oh, that's
Here, well, I could pause or stop. I can stop walking, but you got it?
I got it.
I'm John with Fun to Be Free. Nice to meet you. I'll see you over at Epcot. Probably tomorrow, maybe. You just never know.
Well, I'm there tomorrow.
Yeah, you just never know. Take care. Thanks again for making the magic. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, we're back in Frontierland. Let me get back to the chat. Randy says, it's a relaxing adventure, Shadow. Sonic says, very squeaky brakes. Youch. That hurts my hedgy ears. So Sonic, yeah, your Sonic ears, if you will. And it looks like we're gonna have some weather approaching shortly. I should pop up the weather app on screen, but let me catch up with the chats first before I pop up the weather. Because I'm sure somebody in the chat's already given me an update. Hold on, I'm just readjusting some of my pockets. In other words, all my cargo. In my cargo shorts pockets, allowing myself to introduce myself. Shadow Black Mustang says it's really amazing how much Walt Disney was able to do this giant piece of property. It sure is, Shadow Black Mustang. Captain Mickey Mouse says, you have a lot of chat to check up from Bayou Adventure. That's right, Captain Mickey Mouse. Randy says, I can't say what I'm thinking. Don't want to sleep on the couch. Got it, Randy. I think yeah, it's about the nitro comment, I imagine. Captain Mickey Mouse says, John, you're going to love this hidden Mickey. I probably will, Captain Mickey Mouse. Thank you. Auntie B says only 33 likes to go to get to 100. We could do it. All right, Auntie B is saying we need to get to 100 likes. So here we go. John with Fun to Be Free is calling all explorers that's viewing us live. If you haven't done so already, we're going to do a countdown starting with number 3. We're going to end with the number 1. Once we get to the number 1, I need everybody viewing us live to smash that like button. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Smash that like button. Do it now. Let's go. Because NTB says only 33 likes to go to get to 100. We can do it. That's right. And GWG Dunk 98, welcome in, welcome back, says, hey John, well hello there, GWG Dunk 98. We just disembarked from, of course, the Walt Disney World Railroad. We are here. Oh, we got a, holy smokes. Hold on, we got to get there soon and fast. So here we go. We're going to head to the parade route. I just realized this. What is going on in Frontierland? So stay tuned because we have a hoedown, Captain Mickey Mouse, going on right now. I am hoping Romeo's out here. Oh boy. John with Fun to Be Free is getting a little excited right now because we may have the opportunity to check out Romeo McGraw. Let's see, in fact, if he is. I can see Wendell. I see Wendell. Shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
Right hand down, right hand in, and you shake it all around. You do the hokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all.
Shadow Black Mustang, you paying attention?
Your left hand in, your left hand down, your left hand in, and you shake it all around. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all.
Come again. Anytime. You'll be coming back again. Yay! The entertainment cast do such a good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh boy. There we go. Nice to see you. That was cool. Very neat. Captain Mickey Mouse, I hope you enjoyed that. Captain Mickey Mouse says I sent them to you. Thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. We're going to turn on our access now. Oh, there's Big Al. We got Big Al. So we got Wendell and Big Al. Where's Romeo, Big Al? Is Romeo still combing his hair? Oh, in rehearsal still. Oh! Sneaky it is. I got tapped on my shoulder. Well, hello there. We're live on YouTube right now. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Lauren Kelly, welcome in, welcome back. Lauren Kelly says, good evening, hi. Thanks for being here, Lauren Kelly. We're currently in Frontierland. And real quick, Lauren Kelly, it is raining ever so slightly. Little drops right now. Not big drops, but little drops. Hello there, nice to see you. We're live on YouTube. Debbie says, time to rest your voice, John. Okay, thank you, Debbie, for that. Thank you, Debbie. Randy says, welcome back. GWG Dunk. Lauren Kelly says, happy Mother's Day. Debbie says, I agree, B, we could do this. Randy says, welcome back, Lauren. Lauren Kelly says, hi. Randy says, happy Mother's Day, Lauren. Lauren Kelly says, thank you, you too. Potato Lance, of course, I had to wear a Splash Mountain shirt. I would not be doing Michael Eisner right with putting on a Tiana shirt. People get beat up for that, LOL. Potato Land. Randy says, bravo, Potato Land. Lauren Kelly says, I am in love with Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Lauren Kelly says, I'm getting ready for dinner tonight. GWG Dunk 98 says, love the train view. What's the name of this train? Oh, probably the Walter E. Disney, #1. I missed it. Lauren Kelly says, it's Douglas Burger. Randy says, Walter E. Disney. Nailed it, Randy. Look at Randy on fire. It is raining a little bit more. Let me head towards probably the hub right now. And we'll get caught up with the chat at the very least here. Hi there, Lauren Kelly. I'm hanging out with my best friend John from Fun to Be Free on the Walt Disney World Railroad. Thank you, Chris, for being here. GWG Dunk 98 says, John, no more Camel unfiltered cigarettes. How's that sore throat? GWG Dunk 98 says, John, ... no more Camel unfiltered cigarettes, ... how's that sore throat? GWG Dunk 98. My throat has not been sore like forever, for the first time in forever. No, literally, it's fine. My throat's not sore at all. It's just I'm hoarse and raspy simply because I don't sleep. I'm constantly working on Fun to Be Free channel in the background when I'm offline. I need to sleep more, GWG Dunk 98. That's all it is. But I'm very busy. GWG Dunk 98. John at Fun to Be Free is spinning a lot of plates right now. Remember, it's like the Harlem Globetrotters spinning the basketballs? You know, like literally 8 basketballs spinning at the same time. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. GWG Dunk 98. Good one, though. Randy says, I have a high-pitched, whiny voice, just for reference. You said that too, Randy. You said it before, but that's not what I'm picturing in my head. Potato Land says, John's a Pall Mall unfiltered guy, LOL. So another cigarette reference because my voice is raspy, if you will. Debbie says, oh my God, OMG, so embarrassing. I am glad we are family, John. Potato Land says, keep your hands, arms, pants, naughty bits, feet, hands, mutated appendages inside the train at all times. We don't want to repeat that last time. Now to point fingers, Randy. Oh, Potato Land, that's like a mishmash of like People Mover, Safety Spiel, and of course National Lampoon's Vacation when they're at Wally World. It feels like smashed into one. Potato Land saying, keep your hands, arms, pants, naughty bits, feet, hands, mutated appendages inside the train at all times. We don't want to repeat it last time. Now to point fingers, Randy. Sonic says, oh, Potato Lad, LOL. Oh, Z.80 back in the chat again. Says, this is such an amazing view right here. That Contemporary is amazing. Oh, he's talking about when we're on the train looking at the Disney's Contemporary Hotel, which you can see if you look very carefully above the landscape in the trees off in the distance there. Shadow Black Mustang says, I think the Contemporary is the oldest resort. Yeah, so that's that in the Polynesian. Shadow Black Mustang. Potato Land says, oldest resort, that bedroll under the bushes. Randy says, Contemporary, the Polynesian, and the Grand Floridian are the 3 oldest resorts. I wouldn't say the Grand Floridian is the oldest one. Shadow Black Mustang says, Randy, I'm guessing they are part of the original plans and everything else was later on. Yeah, so Shadow Black Mustang, they had expansion pads, if you will, meaning the land was prepared, if you will, but they never built on the pad until they, of course, built the Grand Floridian, if you will. That's the long story short, but I'm sure Randy's going to talk about it more in the next statement. Let's see what he has to say. The Contemporary is an A-frame resort. It was built first, and the rooms were built off property. The rooms were then placed in position by crane. Yeah, Randy, you nailed it. And, of course, I love how the old Disney marketing in the 70s. Hello. Oh, we're live on YouTube right now. Nice to see you. Where are you from?
Texas.
Oh, welcome. Enjoy your stay. But yeah, Randy, what I'm saying is, remember how they said, and the rooms were slid in like a chest or drawers. Yeah, right. Shadow Black Mustang says modular building. I wouldn't say the building's modular, but the rooms were built off-site, prefabricated, and shipped in. Shadow Black Mustang. Sonic says, yep, very bad weather coming in your area, John. Okay, Sonic, thanks for the update. And then we met Queefus Razmataz Pringle I on the train. Says hello. Welcome. Oh, hello there. Nice to see you. John with Fun to Be Free. We're live right now on YouTube. Randy says, hi there, young explorer. Randy says, welcome in, Queefus. And Sonic says, hi, nickname. Sonic says, hey. Randy says, hi. So welcome to the Fun to Be Free family. Yeah, hold on a second. Just trying to find where we are in the chat. It keeps rolling. In the meantime, here is the beautiful Cinderella Castle towering above or overhead, if you will. Sonic says, Erasmus Pringle. I Shadow Black Bus says, hi, Pringle. Randy says, we are waving, Pringle. Trish Rubendahl, welcome in, welcome back, says, cannot wait to get back. Yeah, so Trish Rubendahl coming back again. Can't get it out for the Walt Disney World Resort, right, Trish Rubendahl? You got the clearance from the hubby. Randy says, welcome back, Trish. And Jomigi Rock says, hello, welcome in, welcome back. Jomigi Rock. Sonic says, Pirates of the Caribbean, but you shouldn't really smile at a crocodile, LOL. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator, Sonic. Randy says, welcome back, Jomigi Rock. Randy says, we're coming to you live from, oh, I think I know where Randy's gonna go with this. I didn't pre-read it, Randy, so I'll just pop the subscribe banner and I'll say this. Here we go. We're coming to you live from Magic Kingdom, where the churros are fresh, the castle's iconic, and the Main Street train's more on track than my life. For those who haven't yet, please show your support by hitting subscribe, smashing the like button, and ringing the notification bell so you never miss a magical moment. John's here every day at 2 o'clock. Randy also says, more reliable than the next train to Main Street Station. Ha! Randy, very well done. Okay, let's come back down the ground level though. And we'll turn around here on my axis. And Sonic, as I turn south, and you're saying, we got some weather? Oh boy, you are correct. Look at the weather coming. This is not looking good, Sonic. So I'm gonna start heading south towards Town Square. Look above, Randy. Wow, oh boy. So let's get on with the chat. Let me start rolling here with the chat. Razmataz Pringle says, nice meeting you as well, Razmataz Pringle. Welcome to the channel. Randy says, nice meeting you, Pringle. Sonic says, yep, John, my Sonic ears, yep. Alyssa Steinberg, welcome and welcome back, says, hi, Randy. Pringle says, what kind of rig do you use to record? Oh, it's custom, Pringle. The custom rig I'm talking about, I have named it Frankenstein Mark 6. So I call him Frank, or Frankie Boy for short. But you just met Frank, Pringle. He's more handsome than John with Fun to Be Free by far. John with Fun to Be Free has a face for radio. Sonic says, hi, Alyssa. Shadow Black Mustang says, I see some cast members giving it 110% dancing. Yeah, you're right. I hope you enjoyed that, Shadow Black Mustang. The hoedown's always awesome. Randy says, you put Frank in, you take Frank out, you take Frank and don't shake him all about. Oh, I see what you're doing here. Oh, Randy. And you do the hokey pokey. Yeah, exactly, Randy. I didn't even think about that till literally like moments into me reading it. Very well done, Randy. I enjoyed that. Thank you. Trish Rubendahl says, fun dance crew. Sure was. Jomigi Rock says, yee-haw. Yeah, where's Nevada Smith when we need him? Sonic says, this is a good hoedown. Thanks, John. You're welcome, Sonic. Randy says, where Nevada and Yukon when you need them for the hoedown? Nailed it. Look at Randy. Simpatico. Same wavelength. Shadow Black Mustang says, guess I need to dress up like a chipmunk to get the block. Hello there, nice to see you. We're live on YouTube right now. Shadow Black Mustang says, I guess I need to dress up like a chipmunk to get the blonde. If you says Shadow Black Mustang. Love Pugs, welcome in, welcome back. Says, hello everybody, happy Sunday, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Oh, that's right, Love Pugs. Again, happy Mother's Day to everybody watching us live right now. Sonic says, how are you, Alyssa? Sonic says, hi, I love Pugs. Randy says, thumbs down on rehearsals. Randy says, welcome back, Love Pugs. Randy says, he said that comment about the sore throat and Camel cigarettes, and I saw was the old lady from Beetlejuice. Oh, Randy! Yeah, in the waiting room. Oh, that was a good one, Randy. From Beetlejuice. Yeah, you nailed that one, Randy. Very well done. That's good, Randy. Oh boy, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because that's what I'm going to picture the rest of the night, Randy. Thanks, Randy. Oh, that's good. Mary the Move says rain coming in 100% at 6 o'clock. Okay, yeah, we're going to head out, Mary the Move. We're going to head out here shortly. Chris says, oh, I got a brand new idea for the live stream. Live park hopping at Disney theme parks, Magic, Epcot, Hollywood, and Animal. You just never know, Chris. Stay tuned and find out. Thank you for the suggestion. That's not a bad one, Chris. You just never know. Chris says on a bus ride. You want to see a bus, Chris? Okay, I'll take that into consideration. And he says that's a lot of walking, Christopher. Yeah, I guess so. Jalen says you are right, Christopher. 4 parks. Chris says, wow, can you believe that every 4 Disney theme parks? Sonic says mean clouds are up ahead at 5:28 p.m. They are mean, Sonic. We're headed out. Randy says, isn't she a beaut, Clark? You nailed it, Randy. Hello, nice to see you. Trish says, hit that like button. Oh, thank you, Trish. Awesome. So I'll pop up the subscribe banner. And John went fun to be free, saying, just like Trish said, Trish Rubinell said, hit that like button. You nailed it, Trish. Thank you. Randy says, those are some ominous clouds. They are, Randy. We're going to do the outro soon because it is going to thunder and pour here, according to Mary in the Move, at 6 o'clock. So I got to get back on a monorail and head towards the car and go through the TTC of the Transportation Ticket Center. And a Love Sick Cannibal back in the chat says, oh, those are some dark clouds. That's right. That's right.
We can't pick it again.
We're now in Town Square. If we the wind's picking up. Can you hear the wind? Oh, and we're getting rain already. So it's about time here. Love Sick Cannibal says rain's coming sooner than 6. It's
Hey there.
Oh, Renee, nice to see you. Oh, we got Renee. Here we go. Renee, you want to do the outro with us because we're headed out right now.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to say. I say you better hurry because the storm is rolling in.
That's right.
Yes.
So old Frankie Boy is going to hold your hand. So here we go. Hello, everyone. John, what fun to be free. We also have Renee. Oh my, we got to get going here.
Yes. you
Okay,
better get
so
going.
we'll be live tomorrow 2 p.m. from the Walt Disney World Resort. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for making the magic along with everybody and Renee's crew, the cast and crew members that make all the magic
Don't
here.
forget, fun to be free. Like and subscribe.
Thanks again, Renee. Take care. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.